manufacturer's warranty is going to stop it. Just look around. Fortunately, there is something that can stop rust. Ziebart Tidy Car. Right now, our rust protection package is half off. Get rust protection, fabric protection, and sound barrier for just $2.69. Consult your white pages for a Ziebart Tidy Car nearest you.
The new Future Rest 12-hour sale has been extended through Sunday night. It's a wall-to-wall blowout. Hurry, this is your final chance, extended through Sunday night only at the new Future Rest.
A special event called I'm Free for the Weekend encourages people to have fun without the use of alcohol. All you need to participate is an I'm Free for the Weekend button. For more information, call the Alcoholism and Addictions Council at 566-8143 in Delaware County and 345-6644 in Bucks County.
The Republican Senatorial Candidates Debate, live Monday night at 7:30.
The following is a special presentation of ABC Sports.
The World League returned for its second year last week, and if the London, New York, New Jersey game is any indication, the next 11 weeks should be a blast. Stan Gelbaugh, the league MVP, threw for over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. NFL enhancement player Reggie Slack from the Houston Oilers is really going to give the run and shoot a boost. He threw for 2 touchdowns, including this one to Cornell Burbage, and he led his team to a game-tying field goal as time expired. But Reggie slacked off in the overtime, and William Kirksey's interception return for a touchdown gave the defending World League champs their 4th win over the Knights in the league's brief history. Welcome to Week 2. Competition smolders in the Wild West. Those that know are close enough to feel the fire. For Birmingham, their journey to Sacramento proved to be tough going. Despite their efforts, their offense managed only a spark. And it's quarterback Mike Norseth who will try to ignite their offense from flicker to flame. Meanwhile, back at the ranch from deep in the heart of Texas, San Antonio rides into town fresh off their 1-point victory over the Montreal Machine. The Riders are led by gunslinger Brad Gable, the Texas native, who's traded his Philadelphia wings to fire bullets for San Antonio. This game could very well determine how the World League West is won. San Antonio rides into town, and it's high noon in Birmingham. And we welcome you to historic Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama. No, we're not under attack, folks. Just some fireworks going off. And today, it's the home opener for the Birmingham Fire as they play the San Antonio Riders. And hi, everybody. I'm Roger Twibell, and we welcome you to Week 2 of the World League on ABC. As you saw at the top, a very exciting finish last week in London. And if last night is any indication, we should be in store for a great game this afternoon. First of all, Frankfurt and London, Gelbaugh threw 3 touchdown passes. Not enough, though. Robbie Keane, a 20-yard field goal with 12 seconds left as Frankfurt moves to 2-0. Then for the second week in a row, New York, New Jersey in Europe. And they can't pull it out as Scott Ernie throws the touchdown pass to Dempsey Norman with 11 seconds left, and Barcelona gets their first victory. And the other game last night in Montreal in front of better than 36,000. Proctor, the Montreal quarterback, threw for 3, ran for 1, and then teammate Bjorn Mitmo, the 38-yard field goal with 12 seconds to go, and Montreal gets their first win. And working alongside Dick Vermeil. And Dick, last week San Antonio came up with that one-point victory over Montreal. They didn't turn the football over in that game. Last year, San Antonio, the best rushing team in the league, and they've picked up right where they left off a year ago.
Well, Roger, in coaching, and you have a running back that weighs over 250 pounds, you might as well give him a chance to run the football. Ivory Lee Brown, property of the Phoenix Cardinals, may very well be the biggest halfback in professional football. And not only big, I mean, this guy can make you miss. Of the 123 yards he made last week, he made 2 runs of over 15 yards. But the passing game has to pick up as well. And Brad Gable, the starting quarterback, now he was with the Eagles last year, and he played in 5 games, actually started 2 due to injuries. And I know that he had a very fine preseason, and Rich Kotite has high hopes for this young man.
The Birmingham Fire, on the other hand, a solid defensive football team. They returned 10 of 11 starters from last year's team, but the question mark is offense. Last year, last in the World League in total offense, and Dick, in their loss to Sacramento last week, could only muster a couple of field goals.
Right, well, they ran the ball halfway decent, but what they didn't do, they didn't throw the ball real well. Look for Mike Norseth, their starting quarterback. Now, he has 5 years of NFL experience, and I kind of believe as he gets going and a feel for this offense, he will put some points on the board.
Okay, look forward to your comments, Dick. Also working with us, Jack Arute. He's down on the sidelines. Jack.
Well, Roger, as you said, both these teams like to run, but World League rules may push them to pass more often because, you see, in the NFL, a defensive player can chuck a player, a wide receiver, as he comes off the line of scrimmage, and that gives them an extra weapon. Well, that cannot be the case here in the World League because they are not allowed to bump at all. And for Bobby Humphrey, you've played in the NFL. Has that changed your style of play at all?
Well, really, it makes you not be so aggressive from on the line, but it teaches you to be a better player by using your feet, and it's something our players do. It makes you be a better player from the opposition.
Do you like it?
Yeah, in a sense, but then again, it does take away some aggressiveness.
Well, Roger, most people feel that as the season progresses, every team is going to have to go to the air and go to the air often to take advantage of that rule.
Okay, thank you very much, Jack. Mike Riley, second season with the Riders, head coach up in the Canadian Football League at Winnipeg, 5-6, the 45 winning percentage. Played his college football for the University of Alabama, many games right here in Legion Field for Bear Bryant. And on the other side, Chan Gailey, his second season, former offensive coordinator with the Broncos, head coach at Troy State here in Alabama, played collegiately at Florida, so he had some college games here in Legion Field. As we get set to go, weather 66 degrees, the winds out of the north, forecast rainy and cool, and the field is turf. As the Fire to kick off, Philip Doyle will let it go. Titus Dixon back and into the end zone, and that's something we haven't seen a lot with the 1-inch tee, but they're kicking off turf here, not the grass, and that should help the kickers as we take a look at the Riders offensively. And it's Brad Gable, 30 of 56, 267 yards with the Eagles, no touchdowns, 6 interceptions. As we take a look now at the backs and receivers, Walker at 1 wide out, Ivory Lee Brown and George Searcy. The running backs, tight end Ronnie Williams and Titus Dixon out wide. Then Peter Shorts, Eric Norgard, John Vitale, Mike Kiselak, Doug Williams. The offensive front as we're set to go 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Gable will throw it downfield, and he's got his tight end across the 30 to the 32-yard line. That is Ronnie Williams. And defensively for the Fire, Otis Moore, Darrell Phillips, and Pelham McDaniels up front in the 3-man front. And Anthony Hinton, Paul McGowan, John Brantley, Maurice Oliver, maybe the best set of linebackers in the World League. And in the secondary, Tracy Sanders, John Miller from Michigan State, Arthur Hunter, and John R. Holland, J.R. Holland, or John Robert Holland, whatever you'd like to call him.
He likes J.R.
He likes J.R. 1st and 10.
Go, let's go.
From the 32-yard line. Gable is mic'd.
Go! Ready! Set!
They give it that time up the middle. That's Searcy. George Searcy, 6 foot, 225-pounder out of East Tennessee State. He's met by Pelham McDaniels, number 77. Gain of a couple. What about offensively today, Dick, for the San Antonio Riders? What are they going to try to accomplish?
You know, they always come to run because they have those big backs. But today they've added a 4-wide receiver formation to their game plan. Plus, they're going to run a little more counter offense to counter that flow of running that they used last week.
As I mentioned, led the league in rushing last year. Gable going out to the far side. Pass was there intended for Darrell Colbert. Wide receiver thrown behind him just a bit. and that'll present a third down situation. Now defensively, Dick, as you take a look at Birmingham, good solid defensive team, a lot of players back from last year.
Well, Gene Smith, the defensive coordinator, along with their line coach Pete Hurd I talked to, he said they don't change much from week to week, but what they're trying to do is get better at doing what they do best.
Third down situation. Just underway from Legion Field. Sun trying to break through at the moment. Williams has been the favored receiver, the tight end, and he was going to Williams, but getting a hand up there was 59, Maurice Oliver. His third professional season from Southern Miss. Last week he had 4 tackles and a couple sacks. This is a real good linebacking core here for Birmingham.
Has good speed, as a good rusher too. He led them in rushes last year in sacking the quarterback. He ran a stunt to the inside. Defensive lineman came out. He came up underneath. They didn't pick it up properly. He gets in Gable space.
Kent Sullivan back inside his own 20 to punt. James Henry, 45, back deep to receive for Birmingham. And boy, that was nearly blocked. They might have gotten a piece of that. As it bounces inside the 30, another good bounce. Look at this thing roll. Boy, turf will do that for you. Inside the 10, they're waving it down. It looks like those guys in curling, you know, brushing the ice. Finally down to the 7-yard line. 58 yards on the punt for Kent Sullivan. Last week had a 61-yarder in their game as Mike Norseth, the veteran from Kansas, 14 of 30, 153 yards last week in the loss. As we take a look at the backs and receivers, Willie Boyer, Phil Ross, the H-back, Elroy Harris, watch him, Mark Hopkins, a tight end, Eugene Rowell, also the wide receiver, and up front, Rennie, Apolskis, Anderson, Schoenwolf, and Valerio. Good front offensive line for the Birmingham Fire. Harris is the lone setback. 1st and 10. 8-yard line. Norseth going up top. He's got a man down there. Eugene Rowell is finally ridden out at the 37-yard line. There's a penalty marker down. 29 yards on the reception before Mark Ledbetter, the outside linebacker, makes stop, but there's a penalty marker down at the 5-yard line.
Holding number 74 of the offense, half a distance to the goal. Repeat, 1st down.
As Chan Gailey, the head coach, looks on, the defense, Chris Theneman, Willie Fears, Rob White, Mark Ledbetter, Tim Walton, Patrick Hinton, and Terrence Cooks, the linebacker. And in the secondary, Bobby Humphrey, the NFL veteran, Anthony Cooney, Chris Oldham, and Gary Richard.
See how they line up here.
1st down, half the distance, 14 yards.
We're going to go to the tight end side.
Dorsett swings it to the near side, and number 80 for the Fire's Willie Boyer gets maybe a couple. Terrence Cooks was over there on the stop along with Gary Richard.
Roger, you can look for the Birmingham Fire offensive team. Shangeli told me that they're going to run a lot of crossing patterns like they just opened the game with. It was called back, and they're going to use a lot of maximum protection because San Antonio likes to blitz a lot, and they're going to go after their corners 1-on-1 deep.
Elroy Harris is the lone setback. Boyer will split out wide to the right. Also out there, Eugene Rowell. Second and 13. Phil Ross, the intended receiver, underthrown at the 5-yard line. Phil Ross, interesting story here, from Oregon State University. They call him the H-back. Dick, what does that encompass?
Well, he's not a tight end, and he's not a running back. He's a receiving blocking back, and he lines up in the backfield in varied positions, normally as a wing to the tight end side in their offense. And they use him both as a blocker and a receiver, and they just call him the H-back.
Essentially, he can play running back, wide receiver, or tight end.
Right, very seldom as a running back.
3rd down and 13. Out of the shotgun. Norseth with some pressure, gets it downfield. Rowell, the intended receiver, but he was stuffed right there by Willie Fears, 4th-year pro from Northwest Louisiana, who put him on his back.
Well, it's hard to throw the ball down the middle when the pressure comes from right up in the middle. You'll see Northwest try to step forward to throw, and there's the pressure right in his face. Now, if the pressure is behind him or around to one side, he can still throw that ball, but not when it's down the throat.
Kirk Maggio third in the league a year ago, back at the end of his end zone. Darrell Colbert, 81 at the 45-yard line of the Fire to receive. Tough situation for the punter here. Joe Valerio, the snapper. That's a nice punt right there by Maggio.
It's a little bit low and far. That's hard to cover sometimes, Raj.
Colbert took it at the 40. He gets back to midfield and is stuck right there. 53, the man for the Fire who came down to make the stick, Paul McGowan, who was in on 8 tackles last week. 9:49 to go. First quarter from Birmingham.
The actual size of a Jolly Rancher candy is 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch square. But the actual taste of a Jolly Rancher candy is immeasurable. Jolly Rancher candy, the great taste of fruit squared.
At the Lake Edna Karate Club's last get-together, Ralph Fisher, the instructor, served new Oriental wings from KFC. Tender wings glazed in a sweet teriyaki sauce. Charlie Lewis had so many he had to loosen his black belt. In fact, everyone had seconds. Except Ralph. New KFC Oriental wing pieces, 6 for $1.99, 20 for $5.99. For a limited time in Lake Edna or your neck of the woods.
Red Devil enamel. You can always count on its durable finish. Harder than ordinary paints, its beauty lasts and lasts. Red Devil enamel for the finish of a lifetime.
When life turns up the heat.
Yeah, hi. I'm Jeff Green.
There's Degree antiperspirant. Degree's body heat activated.
1 more minute.
To release extra protection.
Jeff? Hi.
Degree, your body heat turns it on.
World League Football. Brought to you by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Nobody's cooking like today's KFC. By Kellogg's, proud sponsor of our 1992 U.S. Olympic team. By Bud Light. Everything else is just a light. And by Pringles. So fresh, once you pop, you can't stop.
And we welcome you back to Legion Field. With Dick Vermeil and Jack Arute, I'm Roger Twibell. San Antonio with good field position at the 49-yard line. Gable 1 of 3 for 12 yards on their first possession.
Go! Ready!
Ivory Lee Brown and the big load across midfield to the 47-yard line where Otis Moore, second-year pro from Clemson, makes the tackle, and John Miller, the safety for the Birmingham Fire, is mic'd today. So we'll get a chance, Dick, to hear
too many up there.
The defensive signal call and see first-team all-world safety. Ferocious hitter.
Also a good punt returner in college.
Liz! 6 Liz, JR.
2nd and 6. Brown again up the middle, and nothing doing right there. 62, Darrell Phillips, the nose tackle from LSU, makes the stop.
You can see why Darrell Phillips on the center's nose right here. All World League nose guards. He's getting blocked down on by Kislek 71, and he works around and gets penetration. That draw should have hit just a split second quicker, Rod.
3rd and 7 for Gable and the Riders.
Touch him!
No flag there. Pressure on Gable, and he is dumped, and it's that man, Darrell Phillips again. 6 foot, 283 pounds, 11-yard loss in the second. And yes, you can demonstrate in the World League as long as you don't taunt the opposing player.
See what he did is he used a spin move right in the center of your screen. Now watch, he's working one-on-one. See the spin move there on John Vitale 71. There goes Phillips 62 up the gut. You can use the spin move as long as you continue to gain ground. If you spin and don't gain ground, they'll block you all day.
Ken Sullivan to punt back at the 30. James Henry second in the league in 91 to return the punt. And that's a bad roll. You saw the first one roll all the way down inside the 10. That one came back to Sullivan. And it'll be down at the 32. Just a 23-yard punt. No score. First quarter from Legion Field in Birmingham.
Flakes? Just flakes? Hey, I hope you don't mind me saying so, but this stuff looks wimpy, you know what I mean? I mean, look at it. Who's gonna eat this stuff? Nobody I know, I can tell you that right now. Good. Fine. I made a mistake, okay? But it's good. Simple, down to earth. I mean, that's a muscle, you know what I mean?
Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
Cornflakes?
Taste them again for the first time.
This is not what you want in a shave. Now you've got the edge. This is the shave with 6 rich lubricants. This is the shave that reduces irritation. This is the shave. For less irritation, you've got the edge. Edge, proud sponsor of the NBA Most Valuable Player Award.
When you're into sports, you're into ABC Sports. From the thrill of victory to the agony of defeat, the action's on ABC. Now for the real sports fan, Nutmeg Mills has created authentic ABC sportswear, starring the Monday Night NFL collection, the College Football collection, and the Wide World of Sports collection. Authentic ABC sportswear by Nutmeg Mills. Get into it. Real sportswear for real sports fans.
It is the tournament where legends are made. Golf's first major of the year, the Nabisco Dinosaur. Final round action live today on ABC Sports.
And we're back at Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama. No score between the Riders of San Antonio and the Fire of Birmingham. Mike Norseth, University of Kansas, originally from the Los Angeles area, went to Snow Junior College in Utah, broke all sorts of passing records there and at KU. New quarterback this year for the Fire. Elroy Harris, the running back, he is tripped up behind the line of scrimmage by Chris Denham. And let's go down to Jackaroo. Jack?
Well, a guy that's on a busman's holiday of sorts, Marty Schottenheimer from the Kansas City Chiefs. And Marty, you've come to watch this because the World League's been very good to you. Simeon came up from this team last year and did quite well for the Chiefs.
It's been very good to us, Jack. We've had a chance to get a player like him time to play and some development. We've got a young man, Valerio, with this club that we think can improve as well.
Well, he's not only enjoying it, he's taking notes, guys.
Okay, thank you very much, Jack. 2nd down and 9 after the 1-yard pickup. That was Ross in the backfield there. Harris gets the ball, and across the 35 to the 37 were Mark Ledbetter. 6'4", 234, second-year pro from Washington State University makes the tackle. There's a look at Ledbetter.
Yeah, you know, he was their most valuable player on special teams last year. He's a very intense guy, very consistent in his performance. Not quite fast enough maybe to be a guy in the National Football League, but a real fine player right here.
3rd down and 7. Clock running, less than 7 minutes to go first quarter. Trips right for Birmingham. Norseth going up top. He's got a man wide open, and on the reception, number 84, Eugene Rowell, inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line. 35 yards on the pickup where Chris Oldham, a second-year pro from Oregon, was on the coverage.
The key to this was the quarterback had time to throw the football. That play took a lot of time to develop. Then Eugene Rowell goes up and makes the great catch. Out over in front of him, left, went after it in time. Good catch.
Dick, last week, San Antonio's defense, the biggest play that they allowed against Montreal was a 16-yard pass play. They played very well last week, so that's a big play there. Norseth comes up to the line of scrimmage, sees something he doesn't like, and he calls a timeout. Timeout for Birmingham with 6:03 to go first quarter. They're on the move.
If you're into looking good, get into Bud Light. The clean, fresh taste won't fill you up, never let you down.
You can taste it, feel it, know you got it right. 'Cause everything else is just a light. Everything else is just a light. Everything else is just a light. Everything else.
I used to have dandruff, so I tried Head and Shoulders. Then I tried Selsun Blue. Blue is better.
Selsun Blue relieves dandruff flaking better than Head and Shoulders, and doctors recommend it more than Head and Shoulders, Denerex, and Tegrin.
Blue is better.
Selsun Blue.
No better way to face the day.
The
morning belongs to Skin Bracer Aftershave. Its cool, brisk tingle really gets you going. And what a great scent. Skin Bracer.
No better way to face the day you find it.
At the Lake Edna Karate Club's last get-together, Ralph Fisher, the instructor, served new Oriental wings from KFC. Tender wings glazed in a sweet teriyaki sauce. Charlie Lewis had so many he had to loosen his black belt. In fact, everyone had seconds, except Ralph. New KFC Oriental wing pieces, 6 for $1.99, 20 for $5.99, for a limited time in Lake Edna or your neck of the woods.
Bowling's best are Big Apple bound. They roll into New York looking to drive away with the top prize at the Toyota Long Island Open, Saturday on ABC's Pro Bowlers Tour.
Well, that's the Birmingham firing squad leading the cheers. Down below, 6:03 to go first quarter. And the Birmingham Fire, after the big completion from Mike Norseth to his wide receiver, Eugene Rao, will have it 1st and 10. Let's call it the 28-yard line. Fake the end of around. Now going back to that side to Rao, who takes it at the 25, and he is stuck immediately by Chris Oldham, the second-year pro from Oregon. We told you about some exciting games last night in the World League, and one of those exciting games took place in Barcelona, where the Knights of New York and New Jersey have been on a long road swing, and this in front of over 17,000. Scott Ernie, the quarterback for the Dragons, 11 seconds left, the touchdown pass to Dempsey Norman, and so the Knights, with 2 games they could have very well won, they lose in overtime in the final seconds. 2nd and 7. Quick out, Eddie Britton, the intended receiver, and coming over. 24, Oldham almost picked it off. Bobby Humphrey making the stick, and after all these years, Dick, Bobby Humphrey still having fun and playing some good football.
Well, you know, you can actually come into this league and play a little looser, less pressure on you, and you can have a little bit more fun. It's a slant pattern, see, and he drove the slant all the way. He saw it coming. He's lucky it wasn't picked off.
And we've got a player down on the field, and that is number 89 for the Birmingham Fire, Eddie Britton, a young man who they think an awful lot of. He's 5'9", 164 pounds. In the first quarter, in the other game taking place today, Ohio and Sacramento, you saw the score there.
Eddie Britton figures heavily into the game plan today. They had some special things for him in the passing game because of his elusiveness. He's very quick out of Central State, Ohio, played for Billy Joe, who used to coach for the Philadelphia Eagles, and he came over and we were talking Friday on the practice field, and he was excited about the opportunity. They had some special quick screens in for him, and he's their punt return guy, kick return, very, very fast.
He's an enhancement player from the Indianapolis Colts. As Britton will leave the field, well, I'll tell you, that's the trouble when you're a wide receiver in big-time football coming across the middle. You always take that chance.
Yeah, those kind of slants, you'd like to get hit right in the belly with the ball, too. Don't throw it up high.
Chan Gailey, second year here, glad to be back in the South, originally from Americus, Georgia. 3rd down and 7. Norseth out of the shotgun. Steve Avery in there, number 42. The back set next to him. And they'll give it to Avery. He'd like to throw it. He is throwing it back to Norseth, and they read that perfectly. Number 44, the man there, Gary Richard. We saw him work that in practice the other day, Dick, and Norseth made the reception.
You know, it worked better in practice.
It sure did.
Of course, it wasn't against San Antonio. Very good discipline on the part of the secondary here. See, it's a handoff, throw back, quarterback is eligible, he throws it back. Here comes the secondary man. He spotted it all the way, read it set there. Good discipline.
Philip Doyle, the local boy, makes good. He's out of Birmingham, University of Alabama, 45 yards on the field goal attempt. Hit 2 of 3 last week. Looked like he got underneath that a little bit, and that is short and wide to the right. So the Fire misses a chance to get on the board in the first quarter. No score from Legion Field in Birmingham.
If potato chips are going to cross your lips, keep them fresh, make them fine all the time. That's Pringles, not the Pringles. Not like chips in a bag, they don't stay fresh, it's a drag. Candles bagged with buster pieces, get your hands full of greases. We've got whole crunchy chips, clean and crispy to your lips. Pringles, not the Pringles. Go for fresh because Pringles got them. Fresh pop right to the bottom. Once you pop, you can't
belongs to Speed Stick. It's 110% protection against wetness and odor that lasts all day. Start the morning with Speed Stick, the wide stick, for powerful 24-hour protection.
No better way to face the day. No better way to face the day.
Speed Stick, 110% protection.
I love Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. And I just know someone's going to find out.
What type of adult would come forward and admit to eating a kid's cereal?
I don't just love them, you see. It's more of a craving, a visceral sort of desire.
That sweet crunch in cold milk is a taste no adult can resist.
Honestly, I never even touched the stuff.
Yes, he does.
I'm sold. Kellogg's Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
The Orlando Thunder storms into Ohio, or the Birmingham Buyer tries to grill Frankfurt.
Get into it.
Get into the World League next week on ABC Sports.
And welcome back to Legion Field. 4:11 to go. First quarter, no score between the Birmingham Fire and the San Antonio Riders as Brad Gable lead his team up. A native of Texas, attended Baylor University.
Go! Ready! Set!
Play action. Going deep. 89 is Titus Dixon. And at the 25-yard line, he is hauled down by Tracy Sanders. Number 27, the second-year pro from Florida State University, and 48 yards on the reception.
You can see here from the end zone, no free safety down the hole. The play action pulled him out of there, no help inside. That corner should have help to his inside on that coverage. He wasn't there. Tough on Sanders to cover it. Good execution offensively.
And Titus Dixon from Troy State, where Chan Gailey, the opposing coach, used to coach in the collegiate ranks.
Nice way to pay him back. Yeah.
Ivory Lee Brown looking for some room. Can't find it. Maybe gets a yard or two to the 22-yard line. We mentioned Ivory Lee Brown. Arkansas Pine Bluff, 6'2". He started the season at 265 pounds.
Take a look at the center position here being played by John Vitale. Nice block on the nose. Bowick right there does a real good job. Good offensive line play in that situation.
Look hot over here, okay?
They're going to give him 3 yards on that pickup. 2nd and 7.
Go! Ready! Set!
He's got Lee Morris at the 10. Lee Morris, the wide receiver, is stuck by Tracy Sanders, number 27. So Morris out of Oklahoma, his 5th year professionally, 13 yards on the pickup. And the Riders of San Antonio making a move now inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line.
Gable's doing a real good job here. They are offensively of using the play action pass, freezing the linebackers, getting that underneath coverage out of there. And look at the little shot he takes right there at the end. Maybe got his hand a little bit.
Anthony Hinton, 52, is the man that hit him. First and goal, 2:17 to go, first quarter. Ivory Lee Brown tripped up. 2 players were back in there. 62, Darrell Phillips, one of those players, and the other one, the backer, 59, Maurice Oliver, who had 4 tackles and 2 sacks last week.
You know, this Ivory Brown, the big 250-pound running back, he has real good cutback ability. Many times these great big guys can only go straight ahead. Last week, he made some real nice cutback runs.
2 seasons at Arkansas Pine Bluff, he rushed for over 2,800 yards and 36 touchdowns. 7.7 yards a carry, Dick.
Not too bad.
You just give it to him every time.
You must have been blocking the center position for him, huh?
No chance. 2nd and goal from the 5. In the end zone and off the shoulder of the intended receiver, Darrell Colbert. Let's go down to Jackaroo. Jack?
Well, Roger, let's update you on the condition of Eddie Britton, the wide receiver for the Birmingham Fire. He took that hit from Bobby Humphrey, and he's suffering from a contused ulnar nerve. Now, all that is, in common man's parlance, is the nerve up by the elbow on his right arm. They're going to ice it, and he will be back.
Thank you, Dr. Jackaroo down on the sidelines. 3rd down.
You know, Birmingham's not a big blitzing team, but I wouldn't be surprised right now to see them come with an all-out rush.
3 receivers, trips to the right.
Here they come.
Going far side, good
defense.
defensive play.
Good
the
job.
intended receiver, Wayne Walker, and it was J.R. Holland, 2nd-year pro from Cal State Sacramento.
Here you'll see it, a one-on-one situation. See, he's lined up to the inside, Holland, number 21, and he's going to make sure he tries to take away the inside. He has no help. And watch him, good timing of getting that left arm around and batting away the ball. Good job of playing pass defense on Wayne Walker.
Jim Gallery, number 6, the veteran from Minnesota, will attempt a 22-yard field goal. He's got to look good.
He was 2 for 2 from this distance last year.
So Gallery played collegiately at Minnesota. Matter of fact, on an ABC game one time against Iowa, kicked 4 field goals and was the player of the game. He's been a guy that's traveled around, Dick. 9 years, 9 teams, 3 different leagues. And, you know, I guess when you talk about place kickers, you've almost got to say they've got to have the right attitude, like one of Liz Taylor's ex-husbands. They got to take rejection in stride, right? And Gallery's done that. But he gets the Riders on the board, a 3-0 lead in the North American East. You can see Montreal and Orlando both 1-1. Ohio playing Sacramento this afternoon in the snow in Columbus. And then New York with a couple of tough losses in Europe. They'll be back home next week. European, Frankfurt 2-0, Barcelona and London 1-1. And then in the West, where we're at, San Antonio, Sacramento, and Birmingham looking for their first victory.
This is a real big game for Birmingham, and I know everybody thinks that, and the reason I say it is they go to Europe for 2 ball games in a row now. Yeah. It's tough to win at home, and it's really tough to win in Europe.
There's Jim Gallery, the University of Minnesota.
Comparing a place kicker's career with Liz Taylor. Now, I've never heard that done.
One of Liz's ex-husbands.
Okay, what the heck? That's interesting there, Coach.
Eddie Britton and James Henry back deep, and that is Britton, number 89 at the goal line. Got some room to the left. And Britton to the 36-yard line before he is driven out of bounds by 29, Greg Lee, a backup safety out of Arkansas State. So Eddie Britton, boy, that's exciting, getting that kickoff return back into the game.
Right, again, a low kicking tee, line drive, lower kick. He got it before the coverage got there. They don't stay in their lanes very well. See that big hole? There should be some different colored jerseys in that hole. If he'd have taken it upfield rather than going for the sideline, he might have popped it.
36 yards on the return, his career best for Eddie Britton, who came right back from that ulnar nerve contusion.
That's about 2 feet from his heart. He'll get back in that ball game.
9 seconds to go, first quarter. San Antonio leads at 3-0. Harris will take it, and he is dragged down by 91 Chris Senneman, who was the World League Defensive Player of the Week. Willie Fears also there, and Elroy Harris was yelling face mask. There's a look at Chris Senneman from the University of Louisville. Was out of football for about 3 years. We'll tell you more about his interesting journey to the World League as the day progresses. San Antonio leads Birmingham 3-0.
Imagine being in the Rose Bowl for Super Bowl 27, or in Montreal for World Bowl 1992, the World League Championship, or in London to see the Washington Redskins versus the 49ers in the American Bowl, or relaxing in Hawaii with the NFL's greatest players in the Pro Bowl. Now imagine being there for all of pro football's biggest events. You can win this grand prize in Pro Football's World Tour Sweepstakes. Stay tuned to this game for more details. The World League, expanding the future of pro football.
Sunday, explore the ups and downs of home improvement on an all-new America's Funniest Home Videos Sunday.
Attention, everyone who owns a car. Rust is on the way. And if you think a manufacturer's warranty is going to stop it, just look around. Fortunately, there is something that can stop rust. Ziebart Tidy Car. Right now, our rust protection package is half off. Get rust protection, fabric protection, and sound barrier for just $2.69. Consult your white pages for a Ziebart Tidy Car nearest you.
You want to know where to get a great deal on glasses?
How about pearls, 30 to 60% off sale?
Every frame in the store is on sale.
Every lady's frame.
Every men's frame.
Every kid's frame.
Every frame is 30 to 60% off regular price.
You don't even need a coupon. 'Tis a far, far bigger sale than Pearl has ever had before. But hurry, this sale will soon be history.
So he said, look, the price of the car is $10,000. But if you want air conditioning, automatic, a stereo, and airbag, that's going to cost you $11,900. I said, no, that's going to cost somebody else $11,900.
Right now, your Chrysler Plymouth dealers are offering the Plymouth Sundance, the best equipped car with an airbag for under $10,500. Real advantages for the real world at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer today.
Rob Jennings and Phil Andrews with Action News at 6.
We love to fly, and it shows.
And we're back at Legion Field, second quarter, 2nd and 10 for the Birmingham Fire. Norseth looking down to Boyer. Beautiful, beautiful throw, and Boyer makes the reception. He's bumped out of bounds at the 30-yard line by Bobby Humphrey. Anthony Cooney also there, as Willie Boyer with 7 receptions for 85 yards last week with a nice catch there.
Attention to the left side of your screen. Boyer was the big play receiver last year. He gets behind Bobby Humphries. Safety comes over and helps him out, puts him out of bounds. Anthony Cooney, number 28, getting behind Humphrey. That might have been a double zone coverage.
Boyer teamed up with Andre Risett at Michigan State, played together. 1st and 10, ball at the 30-yard line. Norseth going downfield. Eugene Rowell was the intended receiver. And let's check out, while we've got a second, the stats from the first quarter here. And we talked at the top of Dick about how they wanted to try to throw the ball a little bit more. A couple good rushing football teams, and that's evident.
Well, what they told us that they were going to throw the ball more. They are doing this, breaking the pattern of emphasizing the run last week. Now they're mixing in the passing game. We'll probably see a better blend of both as the game matures.
San Antonio with 6 new defensive starters this year. 2nd and 10.
Inside, baby, inside now. Inside.
Quickly out to the tight end, Mark Hopkins, as he gets down to the 22-yard line. Let's go to Jackaroo. Jack?
Roger, you think that the goal of Steve Avery, the Birmingham Fire running back, would be to make it into the NFL. Well, that's one goal, but a bigger goal is to become a rock and roll drummer. He came a little closer when he was boarding a plane to go to the training camps in Orlando. He ran into none other than rock and roller himself, Eddie Van Halen. All the way down in the plane, he talked about drums, rock and roll, and Eddie Van Halen talked about playing football.
Thanks, Jack. And after today's game, blood, sweat, and tears will be in concert here at Legion Field. Birmingham 1 of 3 in third down situations. It's 3rd and 4. Like San Antonio might have jumped offside. Flag is down. They swing it to Steve Avery. And Avery's got the first down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line, where Mark Ledbetter will knock him out. From Northern Michigan University, Steve Avery, as you look at Ledbetter, and there was a penalty marker down.
There you can see the motion. He just gets in encroachment.
Defense.
Greg Ross
just moved in there and couldn't get back.
There's Mike Riley, the head coach here at San Antonio, who grew up. Dad was a coach, Bud Riley, at Oregon State, went up to Canada. And
coached against him myself when I was at Stanford University and UCLA as an assistant,
Mike Norseth and the Fire on the move here, second quarter, 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Elroy Harris trying to go across the green. He is strong inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Willie Fears was the man who finally brought him down, but he's short, he's stocky, he's got those powerful legs, Dick, and you really think a lot of this young running back.
I do. I think he's, he's the kind of guy, if he just keep the line of scrimmage clean, meaning don't allow any penetration, he'll find a place to run.
Boyer and Rowell will split to the near side.
Open up the middle.
2nd and 7. Trying to go to Ross, out to the side, and 24, Chris Oldham, was on the coverage right there. Last week was the 9th time in 12 World League games that the Fire's been held to 17 points or less. They're 2-7 in those games, and it was the 7th time with 10 or fewer points, and they're 0-7. So offensively is where this man, Chan Gailey, has to be concerned. You know, he told me the other day, he says, you know, I'm an old blood and guts sort of
I know
player and coach. He says, I loved Woody Hayes. I love those guys like Bear Bryant. And he says, I'd rather play smash mouth football. But he says, we got to go up top with it on a 3rd and 7. Norseth. And it's overthrown Rowell, the intended receiver. There is a penalty marker down at the line of scrimmage. And
personal foul, roughing the passer, number 94, first down.
So the roughing the passer on Mark Ledbetter.
That's dumb football. See, that's like a turnover. They were going to force him to a field goal right there. Now, hey, they give him a first down. That's like getting a pass interception. Not a good play. Probably at the tail end of this play. Here he comes from the right side of your screen, 94. Yeah, got his legs cut out from underneath him right at the end of the play. Might not have been his fault. You know, you keep coming, sometimes you can't see when you're down that low. You can't see the quarterback's arm.
And he was being blocked into that area.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. Harris is the lone setback.
No.
They give it to Rowell on the end around. He has got some blockers. Touchdown. Eugene Rowell, 2nd year pro from Southern Mississippi. And yes, you can dance all you want. And the Fire takes the lead over the San Antonio Riders.
You'll see what the flow here does to the backers. And then the linemen come out backside to wall off. Right, see, now watch this. Now watch the lineman come out to the backside of your screen. See, they do a nice job. There's a void block right there, but still it was room. It gave him room to get into the end zone.
And now for the point after. Remember, the 2-point conversion is optional. Philip Doyle to attempt it. Maggio the hold, Anderson the snapper, and it's good.
Boy, he popped that one.
He has had some great moments in Legion Field. The Fire leads the Riders 7-3.
Janet, listen, I got a call, and this guy says he gave me my name and number. Yeah. Well, the next thing, he's hassling me to leave AT&T, and he's really persistent. Then he wants the names and numbers of my friends and my family. I don't want to give those out. So, Janet, who else did you give my number to? What? I told him it's just not worth it.
At AT&T, your friends are your business. Keeping you connected to them is ours.
In a world of sweeping changes, there is one certainty. The financial strength of the rock. The Prudential Rock Solid.
I love Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. And I just know someone's going to find out.
What type of adult would come forward and admit to eating a kid's cereal?
I don't just love them, you see. It's more of a craving, a visceral sort of desire.
That sweet crunch in cold milk is a taste no adult can resist.
Honestly, I never even touched the stuff.
Yes, he does.
I'm sold. Kellogg's Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
And we welcome you back. The Fire with their first touchdown of 1992. And they lead San Antonio 7-3 as
you know that
the rain has let up here, it appears momentarily.
Greg Newhouse, the defensive coordinator for San Antonio, said they based a lot of their defenses coming into this ball game on preventing plays such as the reverse by getting outside pressure away from the of the original flow because of the counter game that they do run, but they didn't have it that time.
Doyle to kick it off. The deep man is Titus Dixon. He'll take it at the 4. And across the 20 to the 22-yard line. And let's go down to Jackaroo.
Roger, on Monday, there was some big news here in Birmingham, and it was about the National Football League. You see, the commissioner, Paul Tagliabue, came to the city, and he toured the Birmingham Fire facilities in the city as well. But he held a press conference, and the most important thing that came out of that press conference, he revealed where most likely the World League will expand next year. Chicago, Houston, or Dallas, and one foreign team in Gay Paris.
Oh, can't wait for that, Mr. Vermeil.
Hello there. What's his?
1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Gable and the Riders. Pressure from behind, the ball stripped loose, and the man in there was 94, Craig Ogletree. Second-year pro from Auburn.
Boy, that's tough on a quarterback when that pressure comes. You can't see it coming. He had a receiver open downfield looking to his left. See, and here comes around the outside there. He knocks it out. He's got to get on the ball because that's a fumble.
Last week in their win against Montreal in San Marcos, Texas at their home field, as you take a look at Ogletree, the wind was gusting 25 to 30 miles an hour, and San Antonio had a hard time throwing the ball downfield as the draw to Searcy will get it on a 2nd and 22 to the 15-yard line. That scoring drive for the Birmingham Fire, 8 plays, 64 yards. Rowell with the 7-yard touchdown on the end around. Of course, the key play there, the roughing penalty.
Yeah, like I said, it was like a turnover, gave him the ball again. Hey, they go on in and score.
Rowell was one of the guys getting a haircut from Willie the Barber Boyer the other day when we were here.
How come you didn't let him cut your hair?
Kid, I don't have any to cut. 3rd and 17. Dixon's got it on the screen, across the 20 up to the 24-yard line where Paul McGowan makes a stop. He had 8 tackles last week. Good linebacking core. And tonight, you shouldn't miss the world premiere movie event, Something to Live For, the Allison Gertz story starring Molly Ringwald. Watch it tonight following Life Goes On and America's Funniest Hour right here on ABC. And Kent Sullivan is back to punt it. He's had one of 58 yards, the other of 23 yards, as James Henry at his own 40 to return. Sullivan from the 10. There's a good punt right there, as Henry will take it at the 32, and there's a man right on top of him for the Riders, and that's Greg Eglin, number 26, 41 yards on the punt. The Fire leads 7-3.
Hollywood's biggest night is television's hottest. First, 2 people you'd love to have for dinner and one who'd love to have you. An all-new Barbara Walters special. Then, Hollywood's greatest stars come out for Hollywood's hottest countdown. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Billy Crystal hosts the 64th Annual Academy Awards Live. The Barbara Walters special and the Academy Awards starting at 8/7 Central Monday.
There's goodness in everything we grow for you. A healthy way we make you feel that only dough can do. The best that there is, the earth has to give. How'd you do your dough today? How'd you do your dough today? How'd you do it? How'd you do your dough? Take it, shake it, any way you make it. There's no better way. How'd you do your dough today? You know what you want, but you don't know how to get it.
Rent it at Rent-A-Center, where affordable payments get you new brand names, free delivery, free repairs, and the flexibility to rent for a day, a week, a month, or longer. Now this 4-piece contemporary bedroom is $13.99 a week, or choose our traditional style.
We back it up, we see you through. It really comes together at Rent-A-Center. Hey!
Coming up on the Prudential Halftime Report, Dick and I will break down the first half for you with some highlights, plus Julie Moran reports on adventures in World League franchise ownership, starring Larry Benson of the Riders.
It obviously is not a very safe, investment compared to a CD or a treasury bill, but you also have to look at the reward.
Dick, how important is a franchise owner? You've been a coach in the NFL.
Well, I was fortunate. I had Leonard Toast, the owner of the Eagles at that time, and when you have a guy that's working strictly for winning football games, it's a real advantage for a football coach.
1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Elroy Harris on the pitch back. Good defensive pressure. He's going to change fields, and he has got some room if he can go. He gets it across the 30 to the 34, and folks, I want to tell you what, Mike Norseth gave it up. He absolutely gave it up.
He tried to throw a block, but the key to that, good defense by Albert Williams, number 54, will flash in there from the left side of your screen. 54, see him lined up left. He's working inside out. See, he turns it back. Turns it back. Good leverage on the play. Now watch your quarterback right here. Boom! He gets a knockdown block.
He got one.
Hey, he'll be in the offensive line meeting on Monday.
That was Chris Oldham. He blocked.
Mirror routes on both sides, huh? Yeah.
2nd and 5. Northseth has got Ross at the 39-yard line. That will be very close to the first down. Malvin Hunter, first-year pro from Wisconsin, makes the tackle. Chan Gailey, the head coach.
Get in there, Willie. Get in there. Set left close. Lou, 372 out. Look for your Z now.
All right, a scat left. That's a...
It's Ruby.
I don't want to interfere with his conversation. He's throwing a 5-step drop pattern with a Lou call. It's an out pattern and a corner delay on the slot side. You got it?
I got it, Coach. That is a first down, 1st and 10 for Birmingham. 7:35 to go, first half. Pressure inside. 94. Ledbetter, who had a sack last week, was the guy that got in there.
He's been a factor two other times.
2nd and 17. Okay. Set right close. Lou, 372 out.
Lou is pass protection, slide left. Lou is a 5-step drop pass by the quarterback, and it's the same pattern they ran a few minutes ago. Same one. They're going to run the out pattern to the top and a delay corner here to the slot side of the formation, the bottom of your screen.
2nd and 17. Going wide, 89 was the intended receiver, Eddie Britton. Ball was underthrown. Gary Richard, 2nd-year pro from Pitt, was on the coverage.
See, what he was trying to do is just get half of the yards he needed back with that call. He didn't get it.
Tell Willie to be alert for hot. And remember the hot we're running this time. Remember the hot.
Okay, what he's saying in terms of hot is there's the guy in the defense they can't block, and if he rushes, then there's a receiver that has to read him, and the quarterback reads him, and they dump him the football.
3rd down and 17. Northseth out of the shotgun. Avery is in the game. Going down the side. Good defense back there. There's a penalty marker down. Gary Richard was on the coverage of Willie Boyer. Well, that just looked like a good, solid football play right there.
It did. Remember now, that's just a 15-yard penalty.
In the World League, it's a 15-yard penalty unless it's intentional.
Here's Gary Richard to the right of your screen, number 44 on Boyer, their big play guy. Now he has good inside position. They're playing man-to-man. He should, right about now, look back for the ball. He does. Oh, I guess he's calling it pushing with his left shoulder in there and got up underneath the receiver. They're going to call that. Gary Richard out of Bakersfield Junior College in California, then on to Pittsburgh University. He is upset. But see, it's the first down again. Again, they've given him 2 first downs. In the other situation cost him a touchdown. Let's see what this one does.
Well, Richard finally is going to put his helmet on after arguing with the official and get back to his spot.
I thought he was going
at
to
the
wrong
right
bench.
corner. No, that's where the official was. So it's 1st and 10 on the 15-yard penalty. And we've got a timeout called by Birmingham. They lead at 7-3, 5:50 to go. First half from Legion Field.
From the Far East to Europe, across the Caribbean, and throughout North America, only one airline covers so much of the world with so much warmth.
Is there something wrong? I mean, you have this strange look on your face. What do I need to do? Brush more? Get another toothpaste? What?
Tartar Control Crest helps stop tartar where it starts. It penetrates plaque before it hardens for easier cleanings, and more dentists recommend it.
You're smiling. Does that mean less tartar?
Tartar Control Crest. The dentist's choice is the easy choice.
Well, aren't you going to congratulate me?
When it crunches, that's why I love Nestle Crunch. Gotta have it, it's so scrumptious. Love that chocolate when it crunches. Chocolate is scrumptious when it crunches. That's why I love
to wheel, stroke for stroke, shot for shot, and pound for pound, the NFL's best hit the wall as the Jeep Superstars begin. Saturday on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Roger Twibell, Dick Vermeil, Jack Arute back with you at Legion Field. 1st and 10 for the Fire as they've got it just shy of midfield with 5:50 to go first half. They lead it 7-3 over San Antonio after that pass interference call on Gary Richard. Norseth has got to do something with it, and he doesn't. And he is dumped at the 45-yard line. Rob White, 92. And also Albert Williams, 54, in on the stop. And coming up later today on ABC Sports, a champion will be crowned in golf's first major of the year. It's the final round of the Nabisco Dinah Shore, live except on the West Coast today on ABC Sports. And Julie Inkster with a one-shot lead over Patty Sheehan and 2 over Dottie Mockery there with Jan Stevenson 4 shots back. That's coming up later right here on ABC. 2nd and 13, call it from the 46. Good defensive play there. Eddie Britton, the intended receiver. And over on the coverage was the veteran Bobby Humphrey, played collegiately at New Mexico. And we were talking to Bill Bradley yesterday. He says what a great attitude he's got coming into the league.
Oh, he does. You notice then he did not bump him. He cannot bump him. He can play him press, but he can't make contact. But good drive to the football. The ball should have been thrown lower and to the outside to draw the receiver. Eddie hitting back to it away from the defender.
Humphrey played in 104 NFL games with the Jets, Rams, and Chargers. And well, he was a consensus All-Pro kick returner in '84. And he led the NFL in kick returns. And Bill Bradley says he's still got a lot left in him. On a 3rd and 13, coming underneath with the wide receiver screen. At that time, the receiver, number 89, Eddie Britton, ran into his blockers. Chris Dunham at 91 was there to make the stop on the play. That's a play we saw him run in practice, and also last week had some success with, Dick.
Well, see, he got too close to the formation. He just moved in a little too quick. Tempo not good, timing off.
Kirk Maggio will be back inside the 35, and Darrell Colbert, 81, at his 17 to return. Maggio from UCLA averaged nearly 42 yards a punt last year.
Yeah, he was the #1 net punter in the World League last year. Did a good job. That's not a good punt.
But the coverage is good. And Colbert loses it. Looks like Birmingham's got it.
I think Joe Valerio picked that up, number 74.
Yeah, it is Valerio.
Right. He was the long snapper. He snapped it many times. They don't cover the center, so he got down there first. That is another big play. Here you see he's got the ball loose away from his body. Now it gets stripped right there. It goes popping up in the air, and now you see Valerio, number 74, dive in and get the football. Offensive tackle gets the ball in his hand.
Paul McGowan, 53, was the man that got the reach in there and stripped him.
Here's a good time, Roger, to go for it all in one play. Go ahead. You've got him on the heels a little bit. Go ahead and give it to him.
3:49 to go first half. 1st and 10. Call at the 23-yard line. Elroy Harris, the lone setback. And busting through there for the San Antonio Riders is number 91, Chris Theneman, the World League Defensive Player of the Week last week.
You see what they were going to do? They were going to fake, they would reverse, and then throw the ball off the reverse that scored earlier. See, they're faking everything, and Theneman wouldn't have anything to do with it. He didn't take the fake. Penetration, got the quarterback, and he says, hey, I want credit for that one.
Played at Louisville. Dick was out of football for 3 years, got back with Saskatchewan. Actually, the first time around in the World League tryouts, he didn't even make it.
No, they didn't give him, he said, we don't need you. Now he's playing well. That's what this league is all about, giving people an opportunity.
2nd down and 17 from the shotgun. Going deep. Boyer is down there. Great defensive play right there by Bobby Humphrey. Yeah.
That would make you believe he can still play, right?
I think so.
Really well done. The ball was high up in the air like you'd want the quarterback to throw it, allow the wide receiver to get under it. But, hey, Bobby Humphrey, number 48, he gets underneath it as well. Good job. Good leaping ability by Bobby Humphrey.
5'10", 173 pounds. 9 years of professional football. Trips left on a 3rd down and 17. through the hands of Phil Ross, who was wide open at the 25. May not have been able to get the first down, but it would have gotten them in much better field goal position.
That's the critical thing.
Let's go down to Jackaroo.
Roger, as Philip Doyle comes onto the field, one of the concerns that he has is the difference between playing in Legion Field in the spring and in the fall. He played for Alabama, had a great kicking career there. He says it's much different. There's a lot more wind. Now, today he's not quite as concerned because so far it's just a slight breeze.
Okay, Jack, thanks. 47-yard field goal attempt for Doyle, who, while he was in high school, used to sell concessions here at Legion Field.
I had a nice visit with him on the practice field yesterday, and he tried out the New York Giants and went 2 for 2 in the preseason, but they kept the veteran.
2-minute warning. Birmingham leads it 7-3.
And for Bobby Thigpen, that's a Major League record, 57 saves, 11 back.
Listen to this crowd. Jalinda Bardeen will win the marathon gold here in Seoul. And nobody...
Talk about domination. Kenny Monday takes the gold. I've never seen a wrestler that.
The will to win means nothing without the will to prepare. ASICS, the next level.
At the Lake Edna Karate Club's last get-together, Ralph Fisher, the instructor, served new Oriental wings from KFC. Tender wings glazed in a sweet teriyaki sauce. Charlie Lewis had so many he had to loosen his black belt. In fact, everyone had seconds, except Ralph. New KFC Oriental wing pieces, 6 for $1.99, 20 for $5.99, for a limited time in Lake Edna or your neck of the woods.
I love Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. And I just know someone's going to find out.
What type of adult would come forward and admit to eating a kid's cereal?
I don't just love them, you see. It's more of a craving, a visceral sort of desire.
That sweet crunch in cold milk is a taste no adult can resist.
Honestly, I never even touched the stuff.
Yes, he does.
I'm sold. Kellogg's Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
The Orlando Thunder storms into Ohio, or the Birmingham Fire tries to grill Frankfurt.
Get into it.
Get into the World League next week on ABC Sports.
Alabama football fans, call it the kick. October 20th, 1990, 4 seconds to go. Tennessee and Alabama tied at 6. For Alabama. A 47-yarder by Philip Doyle. It is good. Got a flag on the field. And Philip Doyle now from 47 yards out to give the Birmingham Fire a 7-point lead. Out of the hold of Maggio. Got it. Philip Doyle, a consensus All-American at Alabama, with 78 career field goals for the Crimson Tide.
He's made 19 of 29 in his career in college from that distance, but last year, Raj, in the World League, there was only 33% of the kicks made from that distance, and that's way off NFL standards, who's up around 60% from that distance.
And Doyle was also a great baseball player at Alabama, had been drafted on 2 different occasions. Next Sunday on ABC Sports, our World League coverage continues. The Orlando Thunder will roll into Ohio, but the Glory will be out to avenge their opening day loss, or will travel to Frankfurt, Germany, as the Galaxy host the Birmingham Fire. That's live next Sunday on ABC Sports. And Dick Vermeil and I will be in Columbus, Ohio next week.
Been there a few times with the Buckeyes. Huh?
Been there a few times through the years.
Fortunately, I never
tradition
had
and
to coach
history.
there.
That's, yeah, fortunately. You never
On the road, I've played them a couple times, but not in Columbus.
Taking a look there at 24 for the San Antonio Riders. That's Chris Oldham, who was one of the deep men back.
You know that this guy had 2 kickoff returns in college for 99 yards, one of them against USC. He's a pretty good kick returner.
He's just one of 3 men back there, along with Titus Dixon. Colbert also there as Doyle will kick it off. Fire leads at 10-3. Good leg on that one into the end zone, and Dixon will take it. Oh, there is some fierce hitting as he gets across the 17-yard line, and a couple of guys congratulating one another. 51 Junior Jackson from Tennessee Chattanooga, who won the Tough Man competition for the city of Chattanooga while he was in college.
He was also the special teams player of the year last year, and you know why.
You saw that score, Sacramento leading Ohio 14-6, and I think with David Archer The Sacramento Surge might have an edge on a lot of teams in this league. He's a good veteran quarterback.
Oh, yeah. I've seen him quarterback Atlanta with some wins over some good football teams in the NFL.
Riders trying to get something going offensively. Gable to Ivory Lee Brown, and he is brought down by that man, Junior Jackson. Good linebacking core here for the Birmingham Fire, besides Henton and Brantley, McGowan, and Oliver. Hurry-up offense. Intercepted. Intercepted on the far side. That's Arthur Hunter. One man to beat. Touchdown. Arthur Hunter out of Central State in Ohio picks off Brad Gable. 32 yards on the return. Gable had a chance to stop him right at the goal line, and he couldn't do it. And Birmingham on the board again.
He threw the ball nicely, but he didn't see the safety inverting out. Safety Arthur Hunter, number 24, moving inside out to the sideline. The quarterback has to read that. Now, Brad Gable hasn't played a lot of football in the last couple of years. He was injured as a senior college. That's why he wasn't drafted higher. Played some at Philadelphia last year. Threw a few interceptions.
Doyle to attempt the point after. And Philip Doyle knocks it through, and all of a sudden Birmingham jumping out on top of the San Antonio Riders. 17-3 with 1:19 to go, second quarter. Let's go to Jackaroo.
And I'm with the guy that just scored that touchdown, Arthur Hunter. What a great interception.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Just read it real nice, took it off and started running.
That changed the momentum quite a bit now. You're going into the half with a sizable lead.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to go, folks. He's got to get back out there.
Well, you got to play on special teams in this league. They've only got 36 players, so you double yourself up all over the place. We talked about Birmingham's defense at the top, how they got 10 of 11 players back, 2 All-World League selections. They led the league in interceptions, second in total takeaways. That has been their strength. The question mark has been their offense. But lots of times defense can win games. The problem in this league, though, is, Dick, with the rules and such, you've got to get that offense geared up and going up top, and they're trying to do it today.
They're trying to do that, and see, they keep making the rules to help enhance the offense with the no-bump rule, offensive lineman downfield, and I think it's going to force all teams to move a little bit more into the wide-open game, even though you do have a good defensive football team.
Doyle sends it downfield, and Titus Dixon at the 7. And Dixon is stuck at the 25-yard line. Guess who? Junior Jackson.
Yeah. Didn't you hear me talking about him before today's game? I liked this guy last year. He just makes big plays as a football player.
He was the special teams MVP for the Fire in '91. How ferocious is it down there, folks? Listen to this.
No place for sissies.
1:15 left to go. 3 timeouts for San Antonio. First and 10 from the 25. Gable down the middle, the intended receiver out there, Darrell Colbert, number 81. What's Gable's situation now, Dick, in regards to Philadelphia? Is he got a chance next year if Cunningham's not healthy to play a lot?
Well, Cunningham they expect to be back, and they say he's healthy right now and working hard, but they anticipate Gable being their third quarterback. Now, you know, a lot of things change, the draft and everything else, but they have respect for this young man, and he did an awfully good job in the preseason last year.
Number 2 on the all-time total offense list at Baylor behind Cody Carlson. It was named freshman newcomer of the year in the Southwestern Conference as the reception made by the tight end over there, number 82, Ronnie Williams, 18 yards on the pickup. Williams was their leading receiver last year, second leading receiver among tight ends in the league. He's a former quarterback.
I know, and the amazing thing about it is he threw like 70% complete and ended up being a tight end his senior year.
That's at Oklahoma State, bulked up a little bit, 6'4", 260 now. Let's just say he ate his way into a tight end, right?
That happens.
First and 10, 43-yard line. Gable's got a man wide open, and it's tight end again, Williams. And he gets very close to the first down.
See,
Arthur Hunter was on the tackle.
Birmingham sitting back there in that prevent defense, and I know a lot of fans want to know what it prevents. You know, but what they're trying to do is just prevent the one big play score. But I would, right now, especially crossing that 50-yard line, tighten it all up.
Dick, you noticed in the 3 close games last night and the game we saw in London last week, the quarterback's doing a good job in the final 2 minutes working the clock, not only at the end of the first half, but the end of the game.
You know, Gable did a great job of that in the preseason last year with the Eagles. With the Eagles, he did a real good job with the 2-minute drill.
Less than a minute to go. Gable going underneath. He's got Searcy. Searcy battling to get out of bounds at the 40-yard line where J.R. Holland, number 21.
We got a beef going on.
We do have a beef going on. 2 players there. Birmingham's number 59, Maurice Oliver, locked up in a face mask battle with the San Antonio Riders. Looks like
Doug
75
Williams.
there, yeah.
Hey, Doug Williams is 335 pounds. Oliver's just a linebacker. Get away from that big house. Look at the size of that guy. Big enough to eat hay. Look at it. Here he is right here.
Right.
Shoved him.
A right hand by Williams. And another right. Oh, look at this. Shaking the face mask. Now, the penalty markers are down. You know, Williams was drafted in the 2nd round of the '86 NFL draft by the Jets, 49th overall. And keeping, as we get the call here.
Offense. Oh, bro. What is that? Everything you just done. Holding, number 71. Holding, number 75. Those penalties decline. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 75. 15 yards. Repeat, first down.
So Kiselak and Williams were called for holding, and then Williams for the personal foul and the 15-yard penalty. And they're yelling, what about the other team? There was somebody else involved in this deal.
You know, the team on the road always feels that the officials are playing favorites to the team playing at home. You can see that.
Mike Riley, successful coach in the Canadian Football League in Winnipeg.
Go.
As they're trying to sort it out of the
Look for your hustle, guy. 53 hustle, 48. 538. 53 hustle, 48.
So the
That
ball's
is unbelievable.
back inside the 40.
That's unbelievable.
And with 50 seconds to go first half, Birmingham leads at 17-3.
Let's stay with the game. Here we go.
Riley won a couple of Grey Cup championships with Winnipeg in the Canadian Football League. First and 25 as they swing it out to Searcy. And he gets out of bounds at the 48-yard line, where John Holland, who played at Monterey Peninsula Junior College, and then went up to Cal State Sacramento. And he played there last week at his college field, Hornet Field, in the opener against the Sacramento Surge.
He operates a health club in Sacramento during the offseason.
2nd down and 16. Good defensive play right there. 53, Paul McGowan, 6 foot, 224-pound linebacker from Florida. Got a hand on it.
You'll see Paul McGowan flash from the right corner of your screen. He's sitting in there playing zone. He sees the ball. Now watch him get there right at the right time. Real good job by Paul McGowan. Not a great big linebacker. Spent a day with the Philadelphia Eagles last year. They didn't need him. He came on home. His dad lives here in Birmingham, so he lived with his dad, and he worked part-time and lifted weights and really enjoys playing in the World League.
Won the Dick Butkus Award as the nation's best linebacker at Florida in '87. And the pass intended for Williams. McGowan right there again to break it up. So McGowan, collegiately at Florida State. Gosh, a lot of guys in this World League have played for Bobby Bowden.
Yeah, well, that's the caliber football players. Yeah, sometimes they're not quite ready to play in the NFL, but they can play here and play very good football.
See, McGowan led with 8 tackles as back at the 35-yard line. The clock running, 30 seconds to go. Sullivan will angle it to the sideline. His average 40 yards a kick. Look at this. Can't reach the sides. It goes into the end zone. So with 22 seconds to go, Birmingham is going to have a chance to maybe give Philip Doyle another shot at it. Talk about some of the changes in the World League, and one of them is the quarterbacks. And Birmingham with Mike Norseth and Sean Moore, who played at Virginia, now with the Denver Broncos. Fred McNair, a young player with a strong arm at London. And then Anthony Dilwig at Montreal. But the kid Proctor played awfully well last night.
Well, he played well. He was there last year. He has the advantage of having been in that system for a year. Brad Gable, of course, here. And Craig Cupp is the third quarterback, and he's a third quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. So the NFL are putting some young quarterbacks into the league, and hopefully it's going to enhance the offensive teams.
17-3, Birmingham leads it. 22 seconds to go. There's one timeout left for the Fire. See how far they're setting Harris back there. Now, you can't just drop to a knee in the final 2 minutes of the first half or the game. You have to make a positive attempt to advance the football. And Harris will get to the 20. And Rob White makes a tackle as the clock will continue to run. So they'll just let the clock run out here to end the first half. And what a good first half it's been, not just defensively, but offensively for Birmingham. Let's go to Jackaroo. Jack?
Well, Coach, things aren't on the scoreboard the way you like. It looks as if the defense has really got you contained.
Well, they have, definitely. We haven't got on track. They've kept the ball quite a bit, so we never got into any kind of rhythm. We were hoping to establish a little bit of the running game and never got into it, and now we're having to open up more.
Does that mean you're going to have to pass a lot more in the second half?
Oh, yeah, we're going to have to. We got to get back in it pretty fast. We're not going to totally forget the run, but we have to throw the ball and open it up somehow.
Roger, maybe time for Air Riley in the second half.
Well, Air Riley or Air Gable, one of the two. Folks are happy here in Birmingham. It stopped raining, and their team leads 17-3. We'll be back.
Welcome to Pro Football's World Tour Sweepstakes. Keep watching the World League every week. You can win trips to the hottest pro football action in the world, the Super Bowl, the World League's World Bowl, the NFL's American Bowl, and the Pro Bowl. There are 10 weekly chances to win. Here's how to qualify. Each week, a 3-digit code will be announced during the game broadcast. If it matches the first part of your 7-digit home phone number, use that phone to call 800-582-5377. Limited to 1 entry per week. This week's code is 845. The phone lines are open until midnight Eastern Time tonight. Each week, someone will win a 27-inch color TV and be a finalist for the grand prize, Pro Football's World Tour. Remember to enter, call 800-582-5377. Winners are randomly selected. Watch the World League every Sunday for your chance to win. The World League, expanding the future of pro football.
And we welcome you back. Legion Field in Birmingham with the Fire holding a 17-3 lead over the San Antonio Riders. Along with Dick Vermeil, I'm Roger Twybo. We've seen a pretty good first half of football, at least as far as Birmingham's concerned.
Well, San Antonio's turned it over a couple times, cost them a touchdown and a field goal.
Let's take a look at a couple of plays here. Now, this is after, of course, the roughing penalty and the end-around to Rowell.
Really caught him offside. The backside, nobody there. He got around the first man that could make the play. Good blocking downfield. Touchdown. It was very well executed offensive play.
And, of course, now San Antonio trying to get back into it and the pickoff.
Hunter comes in, I think playing an inverted zone, moving inside out on that all the way. Gable did not see it, threw it to him. Easy play.
Well, we heard Mike Riley say that they would like to have established their running game a little bit more, but now they trail 17-3, and they're going to have to go up top if they want to get back in this game. And we'll be back with more from Legion Field after this.
The Prudential Halftime Report has been brought to you by The Prudential. In a changing world, one thing remains rock solid: The Prudential.
In a world of sweeping changes, there is one certainty: the financial strength of the rock. The Prudential, rock solid.
Sports and Science Converge, brought to you by AT&T, sponsor of the '92 U.S. Olympic team. The sport of mountain bike racing constantly places the athlete on the brink of disaster. In the past, mountain bike construction was limited by available technology. During a race, a bike would spend a significant amount of time in the air, making acceleration, turning, and braking difficult. Now, some mountain bikes are being manufactured with full suspension systems. Front and rear shock absorbers help keep both wheels on the ground, allowing the rider more control as well as greater comfort. State-of-the-art computer programs are now being used to design frame geometry specifically for the new suspension systems. Lasers are used to cut the aluminum tubing to exact sizes, which are then TIG welded and heat treated to create a unibody frame.
The Cannondale is a full suspension bike that is designed for the suspension systems. By making it more comfortable, keeping the wheels in contact with the ground, you have more control. You're much more relaxed. You're gliding over the bumps, and your body is not being hammered. The ultimate goal is to go down the trail faster.
Brought to you by AT&T, proud sponsor of the '92 U.S. Olympic team.
You have to make the product fit the customer. If somebody says, I need that, then go into that business.
They say that toy collecting is the fastest growing hobby in the United States. We're working out of 3 locations just to meet the demand.
We created the AT&T Custom Net plan specifically for businesses with multiple locations.
We've got toys from Hungary, Russia, China.
Custom Net plan combines all of their long-distance bills for the maximum discount.
If you know your customer well, you'll know success.
We can make a difference. AT&T. Call us.
At the Lake Edna Karate Club's last get-together, Ralph Fisher, the instructor, served new Oriental wings from KFC. Tender wings glazed in a sweet teriyaki sauce. Charlie Lewis had so many he had to loosen his black belt. In fact, everyone had seconds, except Ralph. New KFC Oriental wing pieces, 6 for $1.99, 20 for $5.99, for a limited time in Lake Edna or your neck of the woods.
World League Football. Brought to you by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Nobody's cooking like today's KFC. By Kellogg's, proud sponsor of our 1992 U.S. Olympic team. And by Calcium-Rich Tums. Tums helps wipe out heartburn and gives you calcium.
And we're back at Legion Field, set to go second half as Jim Gallery will kick it off for San Antonio. And back deep, James Henry, number 45. And Eddie Britton, 89 for the Birmingham Fire. Trying to get the game clock reset here. Birmingham leads it 17-3. So the Fire with 17 points in the first half. And last year, Dick, only Raleigh-Durham, which is now Ohio, scored fewer points than the Birmingham Fire. So 17, that's very encouraging for the Chan Gailey coach team.
Right, and the defense scored one of them.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter. If you got 17 points, you got 17 points. But actually now from Brad Gable's standpoint, the quarterback from San Antonio down by 17-6. It puts him in a position to come out and really get some good pass offense work throwing the football.
They've got the clock set, and we're set to go with the second half as Gallery will kick it off. And Britton will take it at the goal line. A penalty marker is down as Britton is still on his feet. And Britton still going. He's like that little bunny. He just kept going. 38 yards on the kick return by Eddie Britton.
He's excited, but there was a penalty, and I think the penalty was against San Antonio on the coverage.
So that penalty against San Antonio. And while that's going on in Columbus, Ohio, it's the Sacramento Surge in the Glory with Sacramento leading 7-6 in the second quarter. This is Ohio with the football, and Laufenberg in the end zone is hit from behind, and George Bethune will pick it up and take it in for the touchdown. So at halftime, Sacramento leads Ohio by the score of 14-6. Birmingham, 1st and 10. From the 38-yard line. Harris across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Elroy Harris, who played collegiately at Eastern Kentucky. 5'10", 225 pounds.
You know, he's impressively quick on the practice field when you stand behind the offensive formation and watch him run the football against a dummy-type defense. He has explosiveness, and if you give him a little crack, he'll be into that secondary.
All-time leading rusher at Eastern Kentucky with over 4,500 yards and scored 58 touchdowns in college. 2nd and 7. Norseth has time. He's going deep. Boyer, the intended receiver, but it's picked off. Gary Richard picks it off at the 23-yard line. So Mike Norseth going up top to Willie Boyer has it picked.
You'll see in isolation here, Richard, number 44, playing an outside position on Boyer. Now gets his hand on him right there, but here the ball is thrown out there, and he comes underneath it and goes and gets it. Very well done. You know, he's the guy that had the pass interference call on a little while ago that was upset. Here again, the bottom of your screen, see good movement right there. The ball was underthrown just a little bit. Got to keep the receiver running downfield.
Dick, can San Antonio now afford to try to establish the ground game with Ivory Lee Brown here?
Oh, yeah, I think it'd be a big mistake, Roger, if they tried to just, you know, go get him on one play. It's better to go ahead and mix in your game plan with the runs, but you're going to think more play action passes off those runs.
Well, Brown gets it across the 25-yard line where Pella McDaniels, second-year pro from Oregon State, brings him down. Let's take a look at the statistics on the board.
The two glaring things within these halftime stats are the 2 turnovers San Antonio really cost them, and then time and possession. Birmingham almost 7 minutes more with the football in their hands.
2nd and 9. Oh, pass complete. What a good catch right there by Ronnie Williams, the tight end, close to the first down. McGowan and Hunter put the sandwich on him, and he was able to maintain possession.
Hunter, of course, is the secondary man that made the big play interception in the first half for the touchdown. Gable read that nicely. Zone coverage, tight end stopped up in the zone, and he popped it to him.
1st and 10, 32-yard line. Quick out, far side, with the reception, number 89, Titus Dixon. Let's go down to Jackaroo.
Roger, this is a league where you don't see a lot of big salaries. In fact, a lot of the press have reported the fact that the base salaries are $20,000 and $25,000. But you still can make a lot of money. Consider the plight of John Brantley, the linebacker for the Birmingham Fire last year. With performance bonuses, and that's how it's based in this league. You play and you get paid. He made over $60,000. Now he's a marketing major. If he had gone to college and he had gotten out of college and got a marketing job, he'd make about 23.
That's a pretty good deal. Intended pass over here on the near side. Searcy, the intended receiver, it was overthrown. Holland. And there's a look at Brantley right there, a marketing major at Georgia. Vince Dooley called him the best linebacker he's ever coached. 2-time second-team All-America at the University of Georgia.
You know, he was just one of those productive guys. He was at Phoenix Cardinals last year and didn't make it. But, you know, there have been times in years in the National Football League, guys that weren't as good as John Brantley played for a long time.
One of the World League's defensive MVPs from a year ago. 3rd down and 1. Ivory Lee Brown. He's got room. Breaks a tackle. From behind, he can't be caught. One man to beat. He's got one more. Oh, my, what a run inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. 55 yards on the carry before he's finally hauled down by John Miller, who came from behind. And, folks, Ivory Lee Brown, 6'2", 250, tough to tackle.
Like you say, see, you've got to get your body into this man to tackle him. Now, you'll see some arm tackling. See, try to grab him with the arms. He couldn't do it. Elusiveness, making a cut. Now he's got the ball out there carrying it like a loaf of bread. He better get it tucked away. Here comes another. I see, grind to grab him with his hands. Johnny Holland, little guy, get your whole body into him. That's the only way you're going to tackle him.
But the impressive thing, Miller missed the tackle at the line of scrimmage and came back and got him.
Here he gets a nice block by Searcy, number 20 right there. Now, see there, he didn't get the arms wrapped around. That was Miller, number 44. Oliver, number 59, trying to make it. Here comes Jolly Holland, the little guy. He can't get him down. Now, here comes Miller making the second effort.
What a great play by Miller.
Oh,
I mean, he missed him at the line of scrimmage and came back and got him inside 5. 6 carries, 68 yards for Ivory Lee Brown. Wanted to go to Texas A&M out of high school. Ended up going to junior college, then wanted to go back to A&M. Didn't work out. Ended up at Arkansas Pine Bluff, and we've got an injured player on the field.
Well, they can't afford to lose him. He's the second-string all-world nose guard from a year ago. Real good football player.
Darrell Phillips, the man down. They're checking his left knee out. 11:29 to go, third quarter. We'll be back to Legion Field after this.
Thanks for joining us. Susan, what's new tonight?
Nothing, honey.
Can't you make up something, darling?
Kellogg's Nut and Honey Crunch is new with a deliciously sweet new recipe.
Anything new?
Nothing, honey.
Anything changed?
Nothing, honey.
Anything different?
Nothing, honey.
See you tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
It's a whole new Nut and Honey Crunch, and you'll love the nutty sweet taste.
He just won't open up. Watch this. What's new, Pete?
Nothing, honey.
Like a brick wall.
New Kellogg's Nut and Honey Crunch.
When life turns up the heat.
Yeah, hi. I'm Jeff Green.
There's Degree Antiperspirant. Degree's body heat activated.
1 more minute.
To release extra protection.
Jeff? Hi.
Degree, your body heat turns it on.
Dear Thompson's, I swear by Thompson's water seal. But recently, when it ran out, my son finished with another brand. Then it rained. What a difference. Thompson's beat it up, the other brand nothing. Thanks for a product you can believe in. Marvin Snoddy, Locust Grove, Virginia.
It's been said that American workers are lazy. We want high pay without working and give too little attention to quality. The fact is, U.S. workers are the most productive in the world. And then some.
It looked like a slice to me.
For all the hard work and achievements of the American worker, thanks from Budweiser.
The Orlando Thunder storms into Ohio, or the Birmingham Buyer tries to grill Frankfurt.
Get into it.
Get into the World League next week on ABC Sports.
The blood, the sweat, and tears.
And we welcome you back to Legion Field in Birmingham. Roger Twibell, Dick Vermeil, Jack Arute along with you, and the San Antonio Riders trailing 17-3 with a chance to punch it in here to start off the second half. Ball is first and goal at the 4. They give it to Ivory Lee Brown. He's stacked up. Tony Bowick has moved into that nose tackle position, replacing the injured Darrell Phillips. And we'll get an update on Phillips' condition by Jack Arute here in just a few moments. There's Bowick right there, third-year professional out of Tennessee, Chattanooga, 6'2" and 273 pounds. And third quarter, Sacramento leading Ohio 14-6.
Sacramento could end up being the most improved team in the World League, and just evaluating their quick start.
I just think that, a veteran quarterback like Archer can make the world of difference.
In the World League.
Yes. Play action, man open, Cersei.
He got it in there.
Yeah, touchdown.
Real clever move.
Yeah, sure did.
He took that right hand, took them all. Look at this.
I like the moves.
It wasn't that clever, buddy.
No, you gotta love it, though. You gotta love the demonstrations, right, in the World League. So Gable finds Cersei out of the backfield.
Have him think and run, come with a play action pass, back out of the backfield, should be picked up by the linebacker. See him, number 20, the right side of your screen. Now watch the little move he makes to get the ball into the end zone. Watch him take it. Watch it right there. Boop. Nice job.
Sanders hit him. Couldn't get him out. Jim Gallery to attempt the point after. And the kick's good, so San Antonio right back in this thing with 10:30 to go, third quarter. They trail by just a touchdown.
You rode the same rides, ate the same junk, got the same heartburn. But his antacid's different from yours. His Tums has calcium. Most antacids don't. Regular Rolaids uses an aluminum salt. This uses aluminum and magnesium. So does this. Of all these, only Tums helps wipe out heartburn and gives you calcium you need every day.
Something my body needs anyway. I like that.
Calcium-rich Tums.
Morning breath.
As soon as I have my coffee, it's all gone.
Whether you admit it or not, it's a problem.
Okay, I have morning breath, but it doesn't bother anyone.
Don't be so sure.
Mine's not so bad.
Morning breath's not as bad as you think. It's worse. So get Scope. Its 2 powerful ingredients kill 90% of the bacteria that cause morning breath.
Was my morning breath really that bad?
There's no denying morning breath, so save your breath with Scope.
No better way to face the day.
The morning belongs to Speed Stick. It's 110% protection against wetness and odor that lasts all day. Start the morning with Speed Stick, the wide stick. for powerful 24-hour protection.
No better way to face the day. No better way to face the day.
Speed Stick, 110% protection.
Head-to-head and side-by-side, the world's top skiers duel for our national crown. It's the Chrysler Plymouth U.S. Pro Ski Championships, Saturday on ABC Sports.
Let's update you on the condition of Phillips, the nose tackle for the Birmingham Fire. He has a twisted knee, but the doctor says they're going to ice it down, wrap it, and he'll be back playing nose tackle in this third quarter.
Oh, good news.
Okay, thank you very much, Jack. As Gallery gets set to kick it off, 17-10. James Henry, Eddie Britton back deep. Britton's had a couple of nice returns of 36 and 38 yards. And Britton will take that right at the goal line.
Oh, he's got a hole over here.
He's got a block. He's got one man. Finally tiptoes out. They're going to call him out at the 44-yard line. Dick, how do you like this low T and getting the kickoff back in the game?
Well, see, the ball is getting to the return man quicker than the coverage people can get down. But it was still poor coverage principles. Their coverage people are leaving their lanes, meaning not staying in relationship to the other coverage people. You'll see holes in it. See, look at the big hole right in it. But also good blocking. Good blocking right there. Another good block by Henry, number 45. There's where he steps on the out-of-bounds line.
And you see that 8-inch orange border, which is around all the playing fields in the World League, because, you know, the white shoes, and usually it's a white line. This gives you a much better definition for the officials to see if he did step out or not. So good field position for Birmingham. 1st and 10 at the 45. Inside to Avery. 42, Steve Avery across midfield to the 48-yard line. And let's check out that San Antonio scoring drive. 7 plays, 78 yards. Searcy, the 4-yard touchdown reception from Gable. Of course, the key play, Ivory Lee Brown, the big load, 56 yards. As Brad Gable getting checked out on the sidelines, getting his shoulder pads fixed up. So we've got a 2nd and 4. Mark it at the 49. Elroy Harris, not much there. Maybe gets to the line of scrimmage. Mark Ledbetter, one of the players right there on the tackle, and also Terrence Cooks, number 50, an outside linebacker.
Again, though, Chris Henneman, number 91, getting penetration, see, and the running back is not being allowed to get to the line of scrimmage clean. He's having to cut in his own backfield to find a place to run.
And there's really not a stat for that.
No, I know it.
He creates the tackle for the other players.
Right.
3rd and 5. Wind starting to gust a little bit in the face now of the Birmingham Fire. Norson will run with it. He's got the 1st down to the 42-yard line. Let's go to Jackaroo. Jack.
Well, Roger, I'm with a guy that absolutely loves the 1-inch tee. Eddie Britton, you've had some terrific runbacks today.
Yeah, I'm trying to break one. The tee is really helping. They got to kick me the ball, so I'm going to try to take it to the house next play.
And Roger, you know what his new nickname is?
What's that?
Flash.
I'd call him Eddie Great Britain myself, but he was one of the guys getting a haircut by Willie the Barber Boyer yesterday.
Well, you can see why I didn't let him cut my hair.
Yeah, that's right. 1st and 10. Spotted at the 41. Norton looked like he stumbled going back. Tim Walton was the linebacker who came in and applied the pressure, but it looked like he might have gotten his feet tripped up with another player.
I think he got hit by his running back coming up to pick a linebacker up to the left side of your screen right there. Yeah, he did. The running back hit him from the back, I think, and knocked him off balance.
Absolutely right. That was Elroy Harris. Mike Norson, he's a guy, and so many quarterbacks nowadays, if you're not a #1 pick, Dick, you just really don't get much of a chance when they're paying those guys the big bucks.
Oh, yeah, they invest so much money in those young quarterbacks that they draft in the high rounds. A free agent type guy not drafted very high, it's tough to get the same amount of time. And you can't blame it. It's still a business.
Whistle there. Well, I mean, Stan Gelbaugh is a perfect example. We got a delay game against Birmingham, but Gelbaugh was a perfect example of a guy who really bounced around for a long time. Then when he finally got a chance to play on a regular basis, people saw what he could do, and he's got a chance in Seattle this next year to really do something with the Seahawks.
You know, and I asked Northseth in the locker room the other day about his goals, and he said, you know, not going to kid anybody. I'd love to go back into the National Football League and get a great shot, but I'm really enjoying this experience. And the big thing right now is just do as best I can do with the opportunity they're giving me.
Okay. Second down and 19. To Avery on the handoff, and he is tackled immediately. 91, Chris Theneman.
Yeah, I tell you.
Yeah, 6'5", 284. He says, there's a lot of people that I want to prove wrong.
That's right, you know, and we wouldn't even let him play in the World League a year ago, and so he plays in Canada. And here's a guy, if you were a pro scout and didn't have his jersey number when you came into the game, didn't know his name, by now he's already high on your list. He flashes into football plays.
Third down and 19 for the Fire of Birmingham. 6:44 to go, third quarter. 2 of 6 in third down situations. Norseth, he's got Ross trying to get to that first down marker, and he is pulled down just shy of it at the 33-yard line. Tim Walton, one of the linebackers for the Riders, over on the tackle, and now the question for Chan Gailey, do you go?
Yeah, I think he will. I think he'll go ahead and go for it right here. You know, you've got a little momentum going for you offensively. It's an awfully long field goal. If you try one from there, he's going to line up and go after it.
Actually, looked like that might have been fumbled out of bounds in front of the first down marker.
That's a long 2 yards now from where they place that.
Yeah,
the hard thing now is what play do you call?
They're going to call it fourth and a long one. It looks like about 2. 53 for Birmingham is an eligible receiver. The quick pitch to Harris. He knows where he's got to go, and he gets it.
Great block by Eugene Rowell, number 84, the wingback in that situation. They had a triple wing situation. He got the block that allowed them to run toward a soft corner. Left side of your screen, 84. Watch him jump out and get the block. Now he's got him hooked right there. See, that gave him that soft corner. He stayed after the man. Good job by a wide receiver blocking. Here's another shot now to the left side of your screen. See, he flips it out there. Good block. See the defense, no one to force. He comes off and gets his second block. Well done.
Walton finally made the tackle, but the first down, the ball at the 26-yard line, and they'll go to Elroy Harris, and he goes nowhere. 99, Greg Ross, the third-year pro from Memphis State at 6'3" and 285, was in there in a hurry to drop Elroy Harris for the loss back to the 29-yard line.
See, when you pull, as you remember when you played, when you pull lineman out of there, then a lineman assigned to block a guy has no help to the inside because that man pulled away. He ran a stunt right up through that gap.
These guys are so quick anymore. They can come from the other side. They don't freeze. They know how to react.
Yeah.
And that's a case in point right there. Harris was grabbed from behind.
Were you that quick?
Are you kidding me? My best move was going backwards. Second and 13. Norseth eludes one tackle. He eludes another. Just throw it. Oh, he's going to stay on his feet. He fumbles it.
You know, he did that last week.
Norseth fumbled it, and San Antonio's got it. As he tried to get a little bit too much out of it, and Tim Walton, 57, was the man that came up with the football. Malvin Hunter made the tackle. 17-10, Birmingham by 7, but San Antonio with the football.
There's been a homicide on Indian land.
Out here,
FBI?
suspects disappear. Witnesses don't cooperate.
He's an enemy of the United States, right?
And the men who enforce the law,
And that's all there is to it.
are part of the biggest conspiracy of all.
What do you want?
Val Kilmer,
Do you know what he's doing to your land?
Thunderheart, rated R. Starts Friday at a theater near you.
I used to have dandruff, so I tried Head & Shoulders. Then I tried Selsun Blue. Blue is better.
Selsun Blue relieves dandruff flaking better than Head & Shoulders. And doctors recommend it more than Head & Shoulders, Denorex, and Tegrin.
Blue is better.
Selsun Blue.
Linen, no better way to face the day.
The morning belongs to Skin Bracer Aftershave. Its cool, brisk tingle really gets you going. And what a great scent. Skin Bracer.
No better way to face the day. Find Linen.
At the Lake Edna Karate Club's last get-together, Ralph Fisher, the instructor, served new Oriental wings from KFC. Tender wings glazed in a sweet teriyaki sauce. Charlie Lewis had so many he had to loosen his black belt. In fact, everyone had seconds, except Ralph. New KFC Oriental wing pieces, 6 for $1.99, 20 for $5.99, for a limited time in Lake Edna or your neck of the woods.
Bowling's best are Big Apple bound. They roll into New York looking to drive away with the top prize at the Toyota Long Island Open, Saturday on ABC's Pro Bowlers Tour.
You can see there was a mistake made by the two offensive linemen here that allowed the penetration. One of those linemen should have picked him up right there, see? Both turning away from him, turn him loose, hit him in the quarterback's face. Now the quarterback's in trouble. The big thing he has to do, though, as soon as he decides he's not going to throw the football, is tuck it away. He did this last week, got it stripped. It was a big play that was negative for him last week. It's negative today.
Well, Tim Walton, who made the recovery, forced 3 fumbles and recovered 3 last year, and he was the Riders' MVP in '91 as the quick handoff inside Searcy to the 30. Now Mike Riley can go to that running game. They're down by just a touchdown with 4 minutes to go and keep it on the ground if he wants. They've got some momentum after scoring the touchdown. The defense comes up with a turnover now, and they can kind of play San Antonio's game.
And they would rather play San Antonio's game, run the ball, 4 to 5 times by the end of the game, more than they've thrown the football.
Now Ivory Lee Brown is set to the slot to the right, with Searcy the lone setback. Going outside, he's got a receiver over there. Number 89 is Titus Dixon. And let's go to Jickaroo.
You know, you talk about one platoon football. It's been away for a very long time. Well, Mark Ledbetter for the San Antonio Riders would like to see that change. He plays on special teams. He plays regularly on defense, and he goes in as tight end on short yardage situations. And according to, like, my old NCAA college football protege, or old friend Keith Jackson, he's a hoss.
1st and 10, Ivory Lee Brown. Across the 40, 45 up to the 47-yard line. As Darrell Phillips has checked back into the game now for the Birmingham Fire. And this is exactly what, these two coaches, Dick, are kind of throwbacks. This is a league that's got a lot of innovations. These two guys would just like to line up. They're young coaches. They just like to play some smash-mouth football. They don't care about putting it in the air. And Mike Riley really in the Canadian League ran it more than threw it.
Right, they led the league in rushing a number of times. What they're going to have to do, though, is adapt their philosophy to the rules of the league to enhance the offense.
2nd and 7. Play action. Gable going deep. He's overthrown everybody. John Miller was the safety back there on the coverage. Titus Dixon.
He does have a strong arm, though.
Yeah. There's a look at John Miller. You know what he said about the bump rule? He says pretty soon they're going to make us put on flags and we won't be able to tackle anymore.
53 hustle. Doubles Roscoe. No, singles Roscoe. 53 hustle, 63.
We know they're going to hustle, whatever that means.
Riley and Gable have radio communication, so Brad Gable able to hear that signal. It's 3rd and 7 for the Riders at the 48. Got a man wide open, and it's his tight end, Donna Whitaker, the backup tight end. And look at him battle down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line where Tracy Sanders, who played at Florida State, no relation to Dion.
Donna,
they get the first down, 18 yards on the pickup. And there's a penalty flag down. If this is against San Antonio.
Holding number 75 of the offense. 10 yards, repeat 3rd down.
Doug Williams, the guilty party, another crucial penalty against the Riders.
Right, Donna Whitaker, 85 to the right center of your screen, settles down, but see, not real good tackling. Yes, he is big and physical, but you got to strike those shoulder pads, drive the feet, and wrap the arms at the same time. Donna Whitaker spent a year with the Kansas City Chiefs in 1990 and got to play some, especially in short yardage. It was actually the 91 season.
Out of Mississippi Valley State, 6'3", 235. They'll split wide receivers to the near side. They've got 4 wide receivers right now on a 3rd and 17. Gable putting it up in the air. He's got a man downfield. They're going to battle for it. And the reception is made by that man, number 85, Donta Whitaker. And it was a battle, a 2-man battle. And Whitaker comes away with it. against Tracy Sanders, 51 yards.
Here's a classic case of getting the ball up high. Donta Whitaker, the outside tight end, really. See safety 27, the left side of your screen. Sanders, the ball's thrown high, and the big, strong, physical guy can get up a little bit better than the lighter corner and makes the big play. Big play. The thing that Gable did, though, is he got it up there high. See, now, to the right center of your screen there. Look at him get up there and get that football. Good job.
1st and 10, ball at the 11-yard line. Less than a minute to go, third quarter. Dixon in motion and whistle. Flags go down.
Delay of game, offense, 5 yards, still first down.
Delay a game by the offense. Let's tell you, Jerry Austin's the referee.
Okay, we
Sanford
got
Rivers,
Rabbit
the
in.
head linesman.
He's in there. Wayne. 82 Apple. No. 82, 86. Double splits. 82, 86 flat.
Well, 82 is Ronnie Williams, 86 is Lee Morris, if that's got anything to do with it.
Well, there's the 4 receivers that spread out now. It really spreads that defense down there, hoping to get the man-to-man coverage.
1st and 15. And back there was Maurice Oliver, who last week had 2 sacks, and he was all over Brad Gable, a 10-yard loss as the clock continues to run.
You know, the funny thing about that, Roger, is the play before when they had delay of the game, he had come in there clean and had to pull off the quarterback. You'd think they would have corrected him, but protection problem, they didn't. Here he comes. Nobody picked him up at all. A mistake mentally by an offensive lineman or back.
He's a Birmingham native, attended Vestavia High School, and played at Southern Miss for Fire defensive coordinator Gene Smith, along with teammates James Henry, Eugene Rowell, and Simi Carter. So a Southern Mississippi contingent here for the Birmingham Fire. And we've got a good one here at Legion Field. The Fire leads it by a touchdown as we go to the 4th quarter.
Let's see which one you like, you really, really like.
Gina Davis, Laura Dern, Jodie Foster, Bette Midler, and Susan Sarandon. The 64th Annual Academy Awards live Monday.
You want to know where to get a great deal on glasses?
How about pearls, 30 to 60% off sale?
Every frame in the store is on sale.
Every lady's frame.
Every men's frame.
Every kid's frame. Every frame is 30 to 60% off regular price. You don't even need a coupon. Just a far, far bigger sale than Pearl has ever had before. But hurry,
The sale will soon be history.
It was the 12 most exciting hours in the new Future West history on Saturday, and we realized that many of you were unable to take advantage of the tremendous saving up to 50%. But you'll be glad to hear we've extended the savings through Sunday night. Save on every waterbed. Price so low we can't even mention it on TV. Bedroom sets, weightless waterbeds, queen soft-sided waterbeds starting at only $2.99, and all Sealy's are on sale too. Everything, it's a wall-to-wall blowout. Plus by now with no payments for 90 days. Hurry, this is your final chance. Extended through Sunday night only at the new Future West.
This is Maaco's Ambassador Paint Service. Just $149. We professionally prepare your car. We chemically clean it, surface sand it, and give it a high-grade oven-baked enamel finish from over 7,000 colors. All backed in writing in over 400 centers coast to coast. Maaco's Ambassador Paint Service. The best value for your money. Just $149. If you want high-quality work for this kind of price, you better get Maaco.
Rob Jennings and Phil Andrews with Action News at 6.
And we're set to go for the final 15 minutes. It's a 2nd down and 24. The Riders can get a first down inside the 1. Ball at the 25. Gable going near side. And he's got the tight end. That's Donta Whitaker, who's come in here now in the 2nd half and made a couple of big catches. Anthony Hinton, the left side linebacker, over on the tackle. So the San Antonio Riders faced with a 3rd and 18. Excuse me, a 3rd and 16.
See, the thing again, though, they don't want to take a sack. They're in pretty good field goal range already. Chances are they're going to see another zone coverage, so they'll be throwing it underneath linebackers or in front of secondary people. No, they're coming after him with a blitz.
Oh, and miscommunication right there, as you saw number 80 for the Riders, Wayne Walker, running to the post, and the ball was thrown to the corner.
Outside.
Yeah.
Walker says, hey, aren't we on the same page?
Sometimes they're not. Still early in the season.
That's right.
Field goal attempt by the San Antonio Riders. Jim Gallery, number 6, will be out there for the 33-yard attempt. Kicked one earlier from 22 yards out. Last year was 5 of 6 from 30 to 39 yards. Hit the upright, and it's no good. Woo! Hit the right upright. So a good opportunity, some penalties and a sack, knock him back, and the Birmingham defense comes up big.
Thoroughbred Racing's greatest event pays second on ABC Sports.
If potato chips are going to cross your lips, keep them fresh, make them fine all the time. That's Pringles, not the Pringles. Not like chips in a bag, they don't stay fresh. It's a drag. Candles bagged with buster pieces, get your hands full of greases. We've got whole crunchy chips, clean and crispy to your lips. Pringles, not the Pringles. Go for fresh because Pringles got them. Fresh pop right to the bottom. Once you pop, you can't stop.
In a world of constant change, there is one certainty. The financial strength of the rock. The Prudential Rock Solid.
Come morning, I need a cereal that wakes me up and gets me going. These are just flakes. Just looking at it makes me want to snooze. Hold on a minute. Simple, wholesome, tastes good. Heavens, yeah. This could put some giddy up in my get along. What do you call it?
Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
Kellogg's Corn Flakes? You got me, didn't you? I hate that.
Taste them again for the first time.
Fourth quarter from Legion Field in Birmingham. Good defensive job by the Fire as they lead it by a touchdown, 17-10 over the San Antonio Riders. And the Fire, with Mike Norseth at the controls, will have it 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Going to Boyer near side. Ooh, beautiful defensive play right there. The man back on the coverage once again, and we've seen him do it several times today. Gary Richard, who's been beaten once, but he's also come up with an interception.
The offensive line did a nice job of picking up the stunt inside. Linebacker picked up the dog. The linebacker free. Ball thrown pretty well. Nice coverage. Good technique using the right arm. No interference. Look at that. Rush. Well done by Gary Richard, number 44.
A little surprised. I thought maybe Chan Gailey's team would try to use up a little clock.
So did I.
On the ground here. 2nd and 10. Elroy Harris, the lone setback. Overthrows Ross to the far side. And let's take a look at the stats for you after 3 quarters of play between the Birmingham Fire and the San Antonio Riders.
San Antonio is down 10-7 here, but they are dominating in total offense, but they are behind in time and possession in the ball game. As you see, Birmingham with 25-27 to San Antonio's 19-33. That pass interception right now, the big difference.
Red zone points inside the 20. 3rd down and 10. Trips right. Boyer can't make the catch. Good throw in there, but once again, Gary Richard on the coverage. And coming up next on ABC Sports, a champion will be crowned in golf's first major of the year. It's the final round of the Nabisco Dinah Shore, live except on the West Coast. That's next here on ABC. As Kirk Maggio will come in, stand at 5. His folks are not at the game today. They attended every game last year, but they're in Europe a week early to Get ready to greet the team in Frankfurt.
They love their football.
Last punt was 33 yards from his 5.
That's a return type ball, awfully low line drive. They should get some kind of a return out of this.
Colbert at the 33. But I'll tell you, once again, good coverage.
Yeah,
very good coverage.
In the World League, remember, they can release before the punt, so they get down there a lot better.
87, Mark Hopkins down to make the tackle.
It's not easy to pull yourself away from a bowl of Kellogg's Raisin Bran. Those 2 scoops of raisins taste so good, you'll find that once you start, you can't leave them behind. It's those 2 scoops that taste too good to throw yourself away. 2 scoops of raisins, golden flakes of bran. Get every bite you can of those 2 scoops that taste too good to pull yourself away. 2 scoops that taste too good in Kellogg's Raisin Bran. 2 scoops.
At the Lake Edna Karate Club's last get-together, Ralph Fisher, the instructor, served new Oriental wings from KFC. Tender wings glazed in a sweet teriyaki sauce. Charlie Lewis had so many he had to loosen his black belt. In fact, everyone had seconds, except Ralph. New KFC Oriental wing pieces, 6 for $1.99, 20 for $5.99, for a limited time in Lake Edna or your neck of the woods.
Fresh, pure, and natural. The only beer with the genuine taste of the king of beers, Budweiser.
It is the tournament where legends are made. Golf's first major of the year, the Nabisco Dinah Shore. Final round action live next on ABC Sports.
Saturday, ABC's Wide World of Sports heads to Cancun, Mexico for the Jeep Superstars as some of the toughest in the NFL go head-to-head. And then the road to the Kentucky Derby continues with the West Coast Test, the Santa Anita Derby, presented by Kawasaki, live. It's all Saturday on ABC Sports. 11:52 to go here in Birmingham. The Riders trail the Fire 17-10. Gable goes underneath. He's got Tony Bowles, and that's the first time today we've called his name as he's pushed out of bounds at the 41-yard line by Maurice Oliver and Junior Jackson. Tony Bowles is a young man who rushed for over 1,300 yards his sophomore year at Michigan, then suffered a devastating knee injury his junior year, and then this is really his first time back in football.
You know, and he looked awfully good last week. He flashed up in there. He ran with some confidence. I had a nice opportunity to visit with him about yesterday, and he said he really feels good.
2nd and 2. And that's Bowles.
You see him pick those feet up nicely, and he's property of the Dallas Cowboys. They might have a gem in this guy. He gets that confidence back that he can really run as he did with it before he hurt that knee.
To the 47-yard line where Paul McGowan made the tackle, also Arthur Hunter. This is interesting now. They're bringing Bowles in. They've gotten a good day out of Ivory Lee Brown, and they bring Tony Bowles in here in the 4th quarter. 1st and 10 from the 47. Tony Bowles not going anywhere. Junior Jackson, 51, makes a stop. And as Dick mentioned, an enhancement player is Tony Bowles of Dallas. Here are the Riders: Ivory Lee Brown with Phoenix, Brad Gable, Philadelphia, Norgard with Houston, Chris Oldham, San Diego, and Tim Walton, Cincinnati. And then for the Birmingham players, they shape up like this: Avery of Green Bay, Britton of Indianapolis, Valerio, Kansas City, then Barry Johnson, who's injured, and Sean Moore, both with the Denver Broncos. 2nd and 11. Gable got a man. That's Donna Whitaker at midfield, and he is stuck right there. Paul McGowan made the hit after the stop by Arthur Hunter. Let's go to Jack Arute.
And Roger, we've been impressed with the play of Paul McGowan, but people in Orlando are more impressed with his heart. You see, during the spring training period, there was an accident out on the highway, and the ambulance was having trouble finding the accident victim or where it had taken place. McGowan saw this unfolding, and he actually stopped his car and directed the ambulance to the accident. They say he's some kind of a hero.
Well, he had a big game last week against Sacramento. He's playing well again today. 3rd and 7 for San Antonio. Gable gets out of the pocket. A lot of pressure on him. He comes to Searcy on the near side.
Oh,
and goodness.
His own man.
Well, his own man was trying to do the right thing and get a block over there for him. That was 75 Doug Williams, but he created a traffic jam. And Searcy was stopped at the 47-yard line. John Brantley, one of the men over there.
That was a very good defensive series by Birmingham. They needed that one.
So that'll bring in Kent Sullivan, who's had a pretty good day punting the football, and back is James Henry. Sullivan averaging 43 yards for his 4 punts so far today. Eddie Grant's a snapper. There's a good-looking punt right there. And Henry at the 18 gets across to the 22-yard line. And with 8:40 to go, Birmingham leads San Antonio by a touchdown.
With service to more cities across the Atlantic than any other U.S. airline, Delta now makes it easier than ever for the people of America to get to know the people of Europe.
Buongiorno.
Bonjour.
Sia.
Guten Tag.
Grüezi.
Здравствуйте. Ever wonder why your face hurts after you shave? It's simple. When you shave, you lose face, because you strip away the moisture that's there to protect it, and that hurts. But now you can start saving face with new conditioning hydrogel from Allspice. Used every day, it adds moisture and keeps it there to help defend against the assault of shaving, so your face feels and stays that way. So why lose face? Start saving face with Allspice Conditioning Hydrogel.
Janet, listen. I got a call, and this guy says he gave me my name and number. Yeah. Well, the next thing, he's hassling me to leave AT&T, and he's really persistent. Then he wants the names and numbers of my friends and my family. I don't want to give those out. So, Janet, who else did you give my number to? What? I told him it's just not worth it.
At AT&T, your friends are your business. Keeping you connected to them is ours.
Wheel to wheel, stroke for stroke, shot for shot, and pound for pound, the NFL's best hit the wall as the Jeep Superstars begin. Saturday on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Welcome you back here to Legion Field. The other game going on today, Sacramento leading Ohio 17-6. That game in Columbus, and we have 8:40 to go with Birmingham leading San Antonio 17-10. Just got a visit from a former Alabama great, Bart Starr.
Well, wasn't that a pleasant surprise? Yeah. What a nice man, Bart Starr.
Mike Norseth at the controls. Harris the lone setback. 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line.
Woo! Blitz.
No flags, and the man that came through was Tim Walton.
See, he timed that perfectly. Tough to pick that up because you'll see him come from the left side of your screen. He hits it on the snap. See that? Nobody could make a call to adjust to protect that inside gap. He makes it clean.
It's the 5th San Antonio sack today, and that puts back the Fire inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. It'll be a 2nd down. And let's call it about 13. Norseth going back against the grain. He's got Avery by himself. Can he make a move? He does. He bulls his way. He'll be very close to the 1st down. Very close to the 1st down. Chris Oldham had a shot at him. He busted the tackle, and he got real close to the 1st down.
See, a design play. Quarterback scramble right. He knows he's getting over there. Now he's drawing the defense. Now he turns deliberately and throws back. It's a one-on-one situation. Now Chris Oldham, 24, normally a sharp tackler, can't get him down, bulls his way upfield. Good job by Steve Avery.
And they call it a 1st down for Birmingham. 1st and 10 at the 32. Big play right there. They'll swing it underneath. Still in the air. It's a free ball. Finally hits the ground at the 41-yard line. I'm a little bit surprised that Birmingham is being as aggressive as they are offensively with a 7-point lead and the clock running.
Maybe they're reading their own news clippings.
Maybe
Some of these reporters are getting on them about not throwing the ball enough. But this is a difficult ball to catch because the receiver's moving at the ball hard and seeing it's not throwing right at him. It was behind him.
Touched by
tough.
3,
there it
4, 5.
Go get it.
Boy, 5 guys had a chance at it. Norse is 10 of 24 for 124 yards. And he's thrown an interception. It's 2nd and 10 from the 32. Trips right. They'll give it to Avery. He's got a couple of blockers in front. Good block right there to spring him to the 39-yard line. That was Carl Bax, number 67, a veteran who's with the Cleveland organization. He's 6'4", 283, played at the University of Missouri. Watch this block.
Follow Carl Bax as he pulls on this sweep play from the shotgun. He gets the key block that allows him to get around the corner. Here he is. He's out to the right side of your screen. Hook block right now. Watch him with the chop down right here. Boom. That gave him the lane to go ahead and move the ball. Good job by Carl Bax.
And a good job by Avery, who followed his blocking on the play.
Yes.
It's one thing to get the good blocks, but you got to make sure those backs are running with you.
Wouldn't that frustrate you in your old days when you're playing and you're there you are, you get a good block and the running back runs right into you?
Could be a 3rd down and 3. We got a timeout. 5:52 to go. The Fire leads by 7.
No better way to face the day.
The morning belongs to Speed Stick. It's 110% protection against wetness and odor that lasts all day. Start the morning with Speed Stick, the wide stick, for powerful 24-hour protection.
No better way to face the day. No better way to face the day.
Speed Stick, 110% protection.
At the Lake Edna Karate Club's last get-together, Ralph Fisher, the instructor, served new Oriental wings from KFC. Tender wings glazed in a sweet teriyaki sauce. Charlie Lewis had so many he had to loosen his black belt. In fact, everyone had seconds, except Ralph. New KFC Oriental wing pieces, 6 for $1.99, 20 for $5.99, for a limited time in Lake Edna or your neck of the woods.
This is not what you want in a shave. Now you've got the edge. This is the shave with 6 rich lubricants. This is the shave that reduces irritation. This is the shave. For less irritation, you've got the edge. Edge, proud sponsor of the NBA Most Valuable Player Award.
The Orlando Thunder storms into Ohio, or the Birmingham Fire tries to grill Frankfurt.
Get into it.
Get into the World League next week on ABC Sports.
5:52 to go. Birmingham leads at 17-10. Hey, Cincinnati looking to beat Memphis State for the 4th time this year. In the second half, they've got a big lead. 3 of 9 in 3rd down situations. The Birmingham Fire on this Sunday afternoon at Legion Field. This is a big one here. Shovel pass inside. Avery battles ahead. Looked like he got the 1st down at the 43-yard line. Patrick Hinton was the man that made the tackle. Steve Avery, the all-time leading rusher at Northern Michigan, where he ran for over 3,800 yards, and an honorable mention All-America back in 1987 at that school that might be better known for their hockey program than their football program.
I'll tell you this, they did a good job of executing the shuffle pass. They got the defensive end to come up and get in face of the quarterback. That gave him the lane to pitch the ball up underneath him and turn him upfield. But it was really Avery's effort that got it.
Saturday, ABC Sports heads to the steep slopes of Colorado. It'll be the Chrysler Plymouth U.S. Pro Ski Tour. Then the Pro Bowlers roll into the shadow of the Manhattan skyline at the Toyota Long Island Open. It's all Saturday, starting at 2 Eastern and Pacific, 1 Central on ABC Sports. 5:33 to go. 1st and 10, 42-yard line for Birmingham. Norse is checking off at the line of scrimmage. Elroy Harris. He spun around at the 44-yard line, gain of a couple. Patrick Hinton, first-year pro from South Carolina, makes a stop. Today's attendance here at Legion Field, 16,250. A lot of folks scared. They had sold 20,000 tickets. A lot of folks, the impending bad weather that was forecast, actually it's turned out to be a pretty pleasant afternoon.
Good day to play.
Overcast skies. Almost reminds you of the fall a little bit. A little chill in the air.
Yeah.
2nd and 8.
Coming after him. Oh,
quick pitch out to Harris. Got some blocking. Harris battles his way to midfield. Got a good block by Joe Valerio, the second-year pro from Penn, who was out there leading the way.
That was a good change-up call on 2nd and long. Get the run, get it to the outside. Here comes Valerio limping off there, like maybe sprained his ankle or something, or is he limping back into the huddle?
Oh, he's
it's
just the 4th quarter with 4:30 to go. That's the way you
feel. A little bit tired. Well, Kansas City drafted him in the 2nd round a year ago, and out of University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia. Went to high school, Archbishop Ryan High School in Philadelphia. They think he's going to be a real fine football player.
And that's why Marty Schottenheimer's here today, to take a good close look at Joe Valerio, who's also a long snapper.
Right.
And did that for Kansas City some last year and struggled a little bit with it.
Yeah.
We've got 4:31 to go. Birmingham leads it 17-10. We've got a timeout on the field.
Thanks for joining us. Susan, what's new tonight?
Nothing, honey.
Can't you make up something, darling?
Kellogg's Nut and Honey Crunch is new with a deliciously sweet new recipe.
Anything new?
Nothing, honey.
Anything changed?
Nothing, honey.
Anything different?
Nothing, honey.
See you tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
It's a whole new Nut and Honey Crunch, and you'll love the nutty sweet taste.
He just won't open up. Watch this. What's new, Pete?
Nothing, honey.
Like a brick wall.
New Kellogg's Nut and Honey Crunch.
And for Bobby Thigpen, that's a Major League record, 57 saves, 11 batters. Listen to this crowd. Jalinda Bardeen will win the marathon gold here in Seoul. And no...
3rd and 1 for Birmingham from the 48-yard line. 4:31 to go, and Norseth leaning ahead. And looks like he's got enough. We want to wish our best to Tex Schramm, the man who started this league. He underwent quintuple bypass surgery this morning at Baylor Hospital in Dallas. His family says they expect a full recovery. So our best to go out to Tex Schramm with the Dallas Cowboys for so many years.
His old partner, Tom Landry, is in the stands here today.
Tom is a limited partner with the San Antonio Riders franchise. Good drive working here with 4 minutes to go. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Pitch it back to Harris. 3 defenders over there. Number 44, Gary Richard, who's played a fine game, came up to make the tackle.
He has really played well. You know, defensively, San Antonio this week has not been as aggressive in blitzing packages that they used last week in watching on tape. Obviously, there were reasons for it, but they played real good defense without all the blitzes.
Got a timeout by San Antonio. 17-10 is San Antonio going to take a break here. It'll be 2nd and 11 for Birmingham when we come back.
And for Bobby Thigpen, that's a Major League record, 57 saves, 11 batters. Listen to this crowd. Jalinda Bardeen will win the marathon gold here in Seoul. And nobody's...
Talk about domination. Kenny Monday takes the gold. I've never seen a wrestler that.
The will to win means nothing without the will to prepare. ASICS, the next level.
Standings in the North American West, San Antonio and Sacramento at 1-0. You remember Sacramento with that lead over Ohio, 17-6, and Birmingham on top here. So looks like Sacramento will move to 2-0, and both San Antonio and Birmingham will be tied at 1 apiece. And this year a little bit different because the teams get to play each other twice in division, home and away. Last year was just one time, so coach is happy about that. As you take a look at 93 for the San Antonio Riders, Willie Fears, the nose tackle, 6'4" and 292, second down and 11. Pitch back to Elroy Harris. He's going to throw it. He's going to throw it, and he had a man open down there. That was Eugene Rowell. Good pass by the running back.
A good call, too. You know, they just took the regular toss play that they have been running efficiently. He gets it. He tries to get the defender to come up and play run. See him tuck it now. Here he goes. He's going to throw it. He's got it out there. He's just a little too far to the outside with his throw. He's going to have to get involved in more passing drills.
He's got to take those gloves off, first of all, if you're going to throw the football.
It was complete on the practice field yesterday.
This will bring up a third down and 11 with 3:37 left to go. Trips right. Underneath, the reception by Boyer at the 40. Not enough for the first down. Malvin Hunter on the tackle. Let's go to Jackaroo.
Rogers, Kirk Maggio most likely will come out to take this punt. Let me tell you a story about what happened to him in Orlando during training camp. At the end of camp, he and the entire offensive line went out to a local watering hole. They entered a contest that was giving away a trip to the Bahamas. Believe it or not, Maggio won. And the linemen were all upset. They said, hey, you've been on vacation for 3 weeks. We've been working. Send us. He says, if you protect me well through the season, maybe I'll take one of you.
Maybe I'll take one. I'll tell you, his girlfriend was on the practice field the other day. I think I'd go the other way. Okay. No lineman with me.
Another timeout on the field with 3:17 left to go.
What we want to prevent is them angling the ball out of bounds and you not being able to catch it in the middle.
Hey, watch your face.
See, what he was saying is he wants his return men to line up in a position to try to prevent the ball from going out of bounds down inside that 10-yard line, because Maggio has done a good job of that in his career here with Birmingham.
Middle. Greg Lee is not in. Greg Lee should not be in. You're not on it.
See, they were going to try to run a middle punt return, 2 deep safety spread, standing on each number back there, standing on the 10-yard line.
Mike Riley, who coached a couple of CFL Grey Cup championship teams in Winnipeg, and Chan Gailey had an NCAA Division II champion at Troy State here in Alabama back in '84, as Maggio standing back on his 45-yard line with Lee Morris and Darrell Colbert back deep. And they're going to take the penalty to give Maggio a little bit more room to work. He was funny the other day in the locker. He says, why don't you put the microphone on me? I said, because we would only be involved in the game about 3 or 4 times.
But maybe he talks a lot on the bench.
Yeah, well, maybe he does. It's punters. You always liked the kickers, didn't you?
I tell you.
Huh? What did you tell him to do, Dick?
I don't want to get in that conversation.
What did you tell him to do during practice? Just go over and stand
I could write a book on what punters and place kickers have said to me over the years on the sideline.
They all think they're football players, don't they?
Some of them are. Yeah. I had Max Runniger out of the Carolinas that did a good job for us.
Maggio's averaged 44 yards on 3 punts, and he'll send that one down the middle and high. And it will go into the end zone, and they'll come out to the 20. And next Sunday on ABC Sports, our World League coverage continues. The Orlando Thunder will roll into Ohio. Glory will be out to avenge the opening day loss, or we'll travel to Frankfurt, Germany, as the Galaxy will host this Birmingham Fire team. That's live next Sunday here on ABC Sports. And what it's looking like so far, Dick, in this league, a lot of offenses have really stepped it up. We saw that in last night's games. A lot of close contests. The offensive line, the quarterbacks have really helped this year in the league.
They have, but you know, this game is probably going to end up just like last night's games, you know, being decided within 15 seconds.
Now, the Riders with just over 3 minutes to go with Searcy carrying the football, and Brantley grabs him at the 24-yard line, still on his feet, and he's brought down right there. So the San Antonio Riders with 1 timeout remaining. They trail by a touchdown, but keep in mind the 2-point conversion. That's going to be interesting to see what teams will do if they're faced with going for the win in regulation or trying to tie it to go into overtime, if that scenario would happen here today.
Well, they even have to take their thinking back to the tiebreaker game. You know, they're so preseason type football game, because that figures into tie-breaking situations at the end.
Whitaker with the reception. Paul McGowan makes the tackle. So Donna Whitaker's come in and really done a nice job late in the game. As you take a look at McGowan, 6-footer, 224, and a tough linebacker. He's a little bigger than Sam Mills, who plays in the NFL.
Yes, he's bigger. I think the guy just plays well every time I see him play.
1st and 10, 31-yard line. Clock running at 2:15. Gable eludes the pressure, finally tripped up as he gets to the 35-yard line. Darrell Phillips got him from behind as the clock will move down to the 2-minute warning.
Tony Bowick, number 70, the defensive right tackle in that case, did a real good job. Used the spin move and got that penetration.
San Antonio trails by a touchdown. They've got 2 minutes to go.
From the Far East to Europe. Across the Caribbean and throughout North America, only one airline covers so much of the world with so much warmth.
Morning breath.
As soon as I have my coffee, it's all gone.
Whether you admit it or not, it's a problem.
Okay, I have morning breath, but it doesn't bother anyone.
Don't be so sure.
Mine's not so bad.
Morning breath's not as bad as you think. It's worse. So get Scope. Its 2 powerful ingredients kill 90% of the bacteria that cause morning breath.
Was my morning breath really that bad?
There's no denying morning breath, so save your breath with Scope.
Week 3 of the World League looks like this. London will be at Barcelona. Montreal's at Sacramento. And then San Antonio will visit the Meadowlands as New York comes home after 3 weeks in Europe. And then Sunday, Orlando at Ohio and Birmingham at Frankfurt here on ABC. As we reach the 2-minute warning, the last 2 minutes in either half in the World League, the clock stops on first down and starts on the referee's signal.
Well, Gable, you know, was 8 for 16 in the first half. The second half, he's been 10 for 13. He's accepted the challenge, the pressure of having to throw the ball more. All this guy is going to do is get better. He just needs to play more football, and I think Rich Kite is right in saying he does have a future.
2 minutes left to go. It'll be 2nd down and 4 from the 37-yard line for Brad Gable and the San Antonio Riders. Down the middle, he's got his receiver. That's Darrell Colbert. Inside the 45 to the 43-yard line, where Arthur Hunter will make the tackle. 20 yards on the reception. As San Antonio, Dick, will hurry it up with the offense as they move right to the line of scrimmage with 1:45 left to go. Bad snap. Gable picks it up. He's able to get it down to the 42-yard line. Tony Bowick for the Birmingham Fire makes the tackle, and now Gable is signaling for a timeout. He looks like he might be shaken up a little bit. He's grabbing his right arm. He's keeping his right arm in close to his side right there, and that'll be the last timeout for San Antonio.
Yeah, if he was injured, he should have just stayed down.
He can't quite see you or hear you. Okay, Brad, we don't have any more timeouts. Are you going to be all right?
Yeah.
Can you throw? Yeah. Huh? Clipper was coming? Okay.
Yeah, he getting the foot. I don't give a fuck. That did.
Well, we apologize. We can only put the microphones on them. We can't tell them what to say. And most of the game, it's pretty good stuff we're hearing, right? Now, keep in mind, if Gable, this injury becomes a problem here, they do have a guy, Mike Johnson, who played for them last year, Dick, and was 4-2. Yeah,
much improved.
4-2 as a starter. Played at Akron, started his collegiate career at Arizona State University. He's a left-hander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And final play. Cincinnati beat Memphis State 88-57. Now 2nd and 8. 1:27 left to go. Gable, pass intended for Colbert, 81, and the coverage there by John Miller, number 44.
You know, that they were trying to play a double zone coverage, and with the no bump rule, your outside corners can't roll up and jump in the faces of the receivers and belt them, nor can you the slot receivers. So it's a little tougher to play that double zone now.
Riley wanted pass interference. 3rd down and 8. San Antonio 2 of 9 in 3rd down situations. Searcy with the reception, breaks a tackle, out of bounds at the 30-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down. Simi Carter, 43, came over to make the stop.
He dumped it out there quickly, see, and it gave him a chance to run. Now, Henry, number 45, should make that tackle again. See, not driving through the man, just reaching for him. Those big backs, you've got to drive through them.
Searcy, 6 foot, 225 from East Tennessee State. Gained 5.6 yards a carry last week. 1:13 to go.
They're coming after him.
Colbert, the interception, picked off. John Miller. John Miller, his 2nd interception of the year.
Play some ball, boy. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You all right, baby? Yeah. All right. Where'd he go, Johnny? You all right, baby? Where'd he go, man?
6 interceptions last year for John Miller. This is 2nd of the season.
See, they came after him with a blitz, but still had a free safety back there sitting in the hole. Gable saw it, tried to get the ball going down the seam, couldn't get there. You'll see it right there to the left of your screen. So he just threw it over the top of him.
So with 1:03 left to go, San Antonio has no timeouts. Now, you watch Norsa take it outside and slide. This is the World League rule. In the final 2 minutes, you have to make a positive attempt to advance the football. You can't go back and flop. The quarterback can't turn around and kneel. He can't hand it off to a running back who then take 2 steps and go down. You have to make a positive or forward attempt to advance the ball.
That's right. You know something? I would have never won the Miracle of Meadowlands in 1978.
You wouldn't, would you?
78 with that rule.
Well, I think it's a good rule. I mean, I think it keeps the game, you know, going.
Yeah. Hey, well, maybe we would have won it. They would have been trying to move it like they did.
Even when you flop down, it doesn't work. Sometimes ask Pisarcik, right? Yeah. 23 seconds north of. As Oldham makes the tackle, as the clock continues to run, and the Birmingham Fire with a good defensive effort. Chan Gailey, their head coach, Steve Avery, and that's it.
That's another hard-fought one. Seems like we always play those, doesn't it?
That's why they're going
to
be.
See you in a few weeks, man.
Yeah,
Okay, good luck in New York.
Good luck up there in New York.
Thanks.
Birmingham gets their first victory of the year. They beat San Antonio 17-10, and we're going to be back to Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama with more of the World League on ABC right after this.